Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes. I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the Dragonborn. There's no other, my brother, so run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail.
Welcome to the 11th edition of a Skyrim Addict Podcast Roundtable.
Welcome. Yay.
This is the fourth episode of Season 2, A Skirmish for Skyrim. We are the show who compares and contrasts Skyrim experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quests with characters who have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate it.
And they'll probably be hearing this around New Year's. So.
Probably.
Happy New Year,
Happy New
everyone.
Year's. Yeah, there we go.
No, but, yeah, did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? I guess I would be talking to Victor since Colin probably did not celebrate American Thanksgiving.
I had lots of pie. Does that count?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, of course. What kind of pie?
Well, it was more like an apple turnover than it was a pie, but it was pastry with
good.
apple in it.
Yeah, pastry and fruit equals pie. I don't
Pie,
care what
yes.
anybody says.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
we
you meant
roasted
like
chicken.
Hey, that's very damn good. I didn't know if you meant like a British pie with like, you know, you do those little like meat pies or whatever you guys do over there. Those are damn good though, whenever I've had them.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No? You're not a pie fan, Colin?
No, the pastry gives me intense heartburn. But luckily, show pastry doesn't, hey, pie's for me.
Pie. So you roasted a chicken, Victor?
Yeah, that's it. Just chicken.
Do you do the typical side dishes, mashed potatoes, yams, or anything?
No, I roasted some potatoes and made a little bit of stuffing and,
I love stuffing.
Caesar salad. Yeah, it was good.
My wife and I, we had sort of like the typical dishes over at her grandmother's house on Thanksgiving, and then we came home the next day, and we then roasted a chicken and made gravy and stuffing again the day after because we wanted more stuffing.
It's always good to go to Grandma's house on Thanksgiving. That's really a great place to be on Thanksgiving.
You know, and she's got a big Catholic family, so absolutely everyone is there. There's 40 people who show up at the house or, filter in and out all day long.
I tend to hide in a corner and suck my thumb in situations like that. I'm an only child, and I don't do well in intense crowds like that.
Yeah, I'm luckily on the outside of the family, so, I don't get too many people cornering me and bugging me about stuff. But no, it's a good time. I'm always glad to go. She has a good time visiting with all of her long-lost relatives that we hardly get to see anymore.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And Colin, I assume you celebrated, Britain finally getting rid of those darn Americans.
No, it didn't bother me. We were over here fighting them as much as you were fighting them over there. I think actually a few of us went over to you lot to help you out. This is how it's done.
Send reinforcements. Help us out. Well, welcome everybody. Glad to have you back, Victor and Colin. I guess we'll just do a quick reminder of who our characters are, what our stats are, where we're calling in from, that all sort of thing. Victor, would you like to go ahead?
Sure. My character is Slythe Aaron. I am calling in. He and I are calling in from Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts, to be specific.
Why don't you ever let Slythe talk?
I wouldn't know how to. I can't do that kind of accent, that sort of Dunmer accent. So I wouldn't even attempt it.
I'm surprised everyone speaks English in Skyrim.
Well, they don't. There's just an automatic translator.
Oh,
so
okay.
It sounds like they do. Yeah.
That's a convenience.
Yeah. So just Slythe Aaron, who is a Dunmer, two-handed wielding, smithing and enchanting, specializing badass.
Are you up to 100 in your stuff?
Only in two of the three. I'm the two-handed and the smithing are well over 100 now with the mod on Capper, and But enchanting is still. I think I was messing around with it yesterday, and I got it up almost to 80. Haven't quite hit 80 yet in enchanting. So
that's so funny how different everyone's play styles can be. Just because enchanting is almost always the first thing that hits 100 for me.
Really?
Yeah, almost always. Just because. I like having cool stuff on my weapons, and if your enchanting is up high enough, you can actually, make your own weapon stronger than most of the named weapons you find in the game. Anyhow,
yeah, it might be. Perhaps it's. So I'm playing with Skyrim with Slythe. It's possible that Skyrim does some things to the enchanting that make it harder to grind up. I've done a little bit of attempts. I don't like to grind anyway that much, but I've done a little bit of attempting with grinding, and I find that I'll enchant this incredibly expensive gold and diamond thing with I find like sneaks tends to be one of the better enchantments. It creates more expensive items, and it'll I'll go from 72.1 to 72.3, and it's like, but wait a minute, that thing was worth 3,000 gold. It should be more than that. Yeah. But I don't know what. So I'm kind of mystified by the whole thing. Yeah. But.
Oh, whenever I go for usefulness, I usually do the fiery soul trap and paralyze combo for my weapons when I get it up to 100, and you can, or use the perk that you can do 2 enchantments. But when I sell stuff, I almost always put banish on there. I think banish is one of my more valuable things, at least that I have on this character now. I'm sure there's more valuable enchantments. I'm not sure. Colin, do you know what the most valuable enchantment is?
No, I think you're right. I think it's banishment.
Is it banish? No.
Banishment, and either sneak for the apparel or was it haggling? One of the two.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Cool. All right, good deal. Colin, would you like to do a little check-in with us?
Yeah, hi, my name's Colin. I'm calling in from Essex in England. My character's name is Gunvar Oakenmaster. He is a Nord, specialising in one-handed illusion magic and speech. He's up to 100 in all 3. And he just recently found a necklace of peerless haggling.
Ooh.
When he wears it, and he's selling stuff to females because he has the perk for females, he sells for stuff for the exact amount that it is in his inventory.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
So
mine's nowhere close. That's great.
Impressive.
Yeah.
But then I've always found if I do that, this is one of the reasons why I never use the speech, things like that peerless haggling, because then you have to go to like 15 different merchants to be able to sell things off, because you run them out of gold too fast, or you have to do the Thieves Guild and really get
Yeah, he's done all that. He's got them all up and got the perk that gives everybody 1,000 extra gold throughout the world. But he's got about 600,000 gold on him, so he doesn't really care about getting a best deal. So.
There you go.
Yeah. At what point do you guys stop caring about money? How much money do you need? How much money do you need? Really, what is the base minimum to just to play the game without really ever having to worry?
I never thought about that.
Maybe 50 grand you don't have to worry, but I think you still do until you get about 100 grand. Then you stop worrying. Do
you still pick a ton of stuff up, or do you eventually just say, "Oh, fuck it, I have enough money. I don't need to sell this." Whatever.
I get a little more selective about picking up like heavy expensive items like Daedric weapons and things like that. But I'll always pick up gold and gems and things like that. Yeah.
I've just kind of realized I've stopped picking up anything kind of like below, like dwarven or glass or anything. I'll still pick up all the ebony stuff, but I'm kind of leaving a lot of stuff to the side with my current character, Mania Ababna, at this point. I'm not picking everything up anymore. I don't even know how much gold I have. I think I'm around 100,000 or something, but I've got a crap ton of stuff hidden in the Severin Manor. Whenever we leave Solstheim, I'm gonna do a mass, selling spree and get rid of all this junk.
Yeah.
And then that'll, I assume I have at least 20, 30, 40, I have no idea, maybe 50,000 gold just sitting in my coffers there at Severin Manor.
I keep running back to Heljarken Hall and dumping stuff off. I just trip back there last night, in fact.
It's nice to see everyone.
Oh, yeah. The kids are happy.
Kids okay?
Yep, kids are okay. My biggest problem...
sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I was going to say, have your kids brought home any animals?
Yep.
That's awesome. Can you tell us about that?
Just
I just found out a couple weeks ago that your kids can bring home animals and ask to adopt them. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I think Colin, if you bring home a dog, they'll want to adopt the dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See that I can't stand although I fixed it recently with a mod, but the stupid dog barking just drives me insane. But they will eventually. The girls, I think, I'm not sure if the boys will, but the girls will almost always eventually adopt a fox.
A fox.
Yeah.
Well, I was playing Poit not too long ago as part of the normal Skyrim Addict podcast where we're doing listener challenges. And I hadn't started up that character in a while, and I went into my house and there was a skeever in the house, and I was like, oh god, kill it with fire. But then I slowed down and I was like, oh crap, the boy has adopted a giant rat in the house. So I'm glad I didn't kill it. I would have had a sour little boy on my hands.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, actually, as a quick aside, I found a mod called Hush Doggy that converts some of the dog barking into alternate animations, like shaking the head and things like that. So it effectively shuts them up, which is awesome. Because I like having a dog, but they just drive me just crazy with the constant barking. Yeah,
it is pretty incessant. I'm glad that it doesn't actually tip off, people you're trying to sneak up on. I was always worried that that's what was happening, but then Colin reassured me that your followers do not tip people off, that you're sneaking up on them. So
no, not unless you're running a mod that allows that.
And that does exist.
Yeah, There's a couple of sneak mods that so that followers won't carry torches because the mod will recognize the torch. Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Are there like different breeds of dogs that you can get through different mods? Like, could you be roaming this countryside with a schnauzer?
There's one called Dogs of Skyrim. I've never used it, again, for the same reason. The noise.
Barking.
Yeah. But yeah, they're just basically just meshes on, or not meshes. They're just sort of textures on top of the standard dog mesh.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be great if you could, go up against a frost troll with a chihuahua or something.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Sick 'em, boy.
That's right. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Well, greetings, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm calling in from just north of Indianapolis, Indiana, in a little sleepy town called Noblesville. I am playing character Mania Ababna, and she is a two-handed specialist, and she's got the speech up to 100, and restoration is in the mid-60s now. I find restoration pretty hard to beef up, but since I've gotten to 100 in my other skills mainly, I have started to change my playstyle a little bit because I'm leveled out pretty much in the low 50s and not leveling up anymore. So I've decided to switch over to using one-handed weapons at this point and putting my restoration spell in the other hand, and that is helping me level up a little bit more. It's one-handed. I hadn't used it all. I've also started to change my playstyle drastically. If anyone knows me at all, I do not like to use bows, but I've started to carry a bow with me. I never used to do that, but I have a bow, and I've started to use that. I'm in the low 30s or something with a bow now. Cool. And that's very, very different for me. I've started also using Heal Other, which I'll hack at something for a little while and then heal my follower Ogle, my orc follower. And I've got the Warhound Vigilance in tow as well. So I'll heal them as they're battling. And then you can also heal your opponent I believe, if you're hacking on them. Is that true, Colin?
Yeah.
So
we'll heal them and heal others. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Heal Other. So I haven't gotten to Grand Healing yet, but I think Heal Other will also. I was hacking at a Draugr Deathlord the other day and meant to heal on Vigilance, but I accidentally hit the Draugr Deathlord. I was like, is he healing himself, or did I do that? So
I don't think it works on dead. I don't think.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if he was. Maybe it was some other.
Yeah, he's probably taking a potion or something.
Yeah. But, I've switched over to one-handed, and I'm starting to try to level up other ways. I've started to mess around with Conjuration a little bit, especially since we're up in Solstheim. There's lots of Frost Trolls, and there's Karstag that we're going to be fighting a little bit later on in this season. So I'm pulling out my Flame Atronach and pulling out my bound weapons, trying to beef up my Conjuration a little bit. Haven't messed at all with Alteration. I need to start doing into that school, too, because that could easily help me level up some more. But,
I hadn't thought of doing much magic with Slythe at all. He's although I have, like you, shifted over to one-handed and a shield for a lot of things.
Oh, blocking. That's something I could level up, too.
Yeah, I've been working on that recently, like some of the blocking perks in Skyrim, so... trying to level that up a little bit.
That's cool. Colin, are you still hanging out with your normal assignments, or have you switched over to other skills now that you've maxed everything out?
Yeah, no, I've gone back to one-handed now.
We're all one-handed now. Yeah.
Yeah. So one-handed, and same as you, I got was a Grand Healing in the left hand and a Dragonborn sword in the right, because everything else is maxed out. So there's nothing else to do.
How's your Alteration and Conjuration and your schools of magic going?
They're all 100.
Wow.
Was it 98 Restoration? The only thing that isn't up is Pickpockets, like 25, because no pickpocket for him. And blocking is 57 or something like that, I think.
Jeez. What are the different skills that Nords are beefed up in when you first start the game? Like, everything's at 15, but there's a couple different categories that are upped a little bit. What does the Nord start with benefits in?
Two-handed. Two-handed is 20, I think. I know that, was it the Imperials, I think, are one-handed and Restoration magic. Nords are two-handed. I don't know what else. I think
they have a frost resistance.
Yeah.
What's your given power? You're also given a special power.
Basically, it's the fear spell, but using your voice.
Yeah, battle cry.
Oh, so things will flee from combat up to a certain level.
Yeah, for 60 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice. And I believe the Red Guard has stamina regeneration.
Yeah.
And for their power, and either one or two-handed, right?
Yeah, I think it's one-handed, and they have poison resistance and...
Oh, yeah.
Disease the Dunmer has something, but I actually shut it off, which you can do in with Skyrim, because the Skyrim Races module is a separate module, and I turned it off because I couldn't stand the way Skyrim implemented the special whatever, because the screen would go red and flash red and stuff. It was horrible. I got rid of it. So I don't think I've ever used Slythe's the racial whatever you call it.
Was it you're 50% resistant to fire?
Yeah, that obviously that sort of happens passively, but
the other one is you cloak yourself in fire. It's basically a fire cloak spell, but you can only do it once a day.
Yeah.
Was it you speaking of mods and stuff that you didn't like? I'm pretty sure Deadly Dragons had something that's just ridiculous. The first dragon you fight out by the tower near Whiterun.
Yeah.
You fight him. When you kill him, he goes the old Anakin Skywalker, Dragonborn.
Oh yeah. Dovahkiin, no, yeah.
No.
I didn't realize that was added by Deadly Dragons.
I was like, oh my god, that sucked.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't realize it was. I thought that was in the vanilla game.
That's really funny.
I've been having fun with Deadly Dragons lately. I'll tell you about that when we get into some of the quests we were playing.
A brief aside here: did you guys check out the new Star Wars trailer?
No, I missed it. Well, not missed it. I didn't actively look for it. I knew it was out. I've seen it on Twitter the past few days, but for the past.
Yeah, I saw some comments about it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, no, me neither.
Yeah, people are already trashing the movie. Of course,
Really?
It's gonna be hilarious. They keep referring to FIFA bot. There's evidently a robot that looks like a soccer ball.
Oh no!
There was also something about was it a lightsaber with a hilt or something? Like that?
The lightsaber has a hilt. I saw that.
Is this J.J. Abrams?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your hand goes up too high, it's going to go into the lightsaber
you'll
hilt
chop your own fingers
hand.
off.
Like, okay. Luckily, I haven't seen it because I like ridiculing stuff like that.
Oh God!
I was just reading some comments, and of course, everyone's got their assholes and opinions.
Yep.
Still gonna go. I'm still gonna watch it though.
Of course, I saw that first one. That everyone tore apart. I saw that way too many times. I think I waited outside and everything to get tickets and all that, like an idiot. But I also think that people are always way too critical of everything, and everyone just likes to dogpile on top of those the reboots or whatever. They're not nearly as bad as everyone makes them out to be. People get all offended, like, "Oh, they ruined my childhood! How dare they?" Like they're little kids.
You mean
movies,
people
guys.
like David Hombach, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying about that. Yeah. David Hombach, he's always like that.
Yeah,
David's always ripping
I've
into
heard
everything.
That. Yeah.
Well, we are currently being joined by David. David, are you here with us?
No, he's not.
He's
highly offended.
His little figure there isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Well, join in with us, David, whenever you get a second. Where were we before I interrupted with stupid Star Wars talk?
Oh, I don't remember.
There's probably some stupid talk of some type.
I think we were finishing up with introductions.
Yeah. Is there I know that there's a bunch of Star Wars games out there that I've never played. Is there one that's sort of an open world, sort of build your character like sort of Skyrim-ish in the Star Wars world, guys?
There's Old Republic. That's
you go with...
You've been playing something recently, Colin, or was that
Sorry, Star Trek Online. Sorry, I was
that was
reading
Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah, I was reading a note from David.
I'd say they had technical difficulties.
Which he might not be able to fix.
Oh, yeah.
That note.
I'm playing Star Trek Online. But yeah, somebody was telling me about an MMO, I think, that's based on the Star Wars universe. But I was saying that I've seen something about it, about what's his name, Han Solo dancing or having a dance-off or something like that.
Oh, no.
No, that's the Old Republic. My oldest son played a lot of that. He thought it was really good. So
I've heard that game is fun.
Yeah. He's a big MMO player, so if he likes it must be good.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, all right.
Yay!
A little fuzzy, but otherwise good, yeah.
Eventually, I'll make it into a call where I do not have technical difficulties.
I can never figure out actually how to start the Hangout, so that usually takes me about 5 minutes every day, or every time we do it. So
we've got to open it up early so Victor can get in by the time we actually start.
This time my phone told me that the audio format of the call is not compatible with my app. I have no idea how that's even possible.
No.
Yes, please adjust me.
Yeah, I'm getting you there. You're about right here.
I just grabbed my neighbor's cheap USB headset now, and I have no idea what I sound like. Probably
That's
horrible.
Not bad. No,
doesn't sound bad at all.
Does your neighbor know?
Yeah.
No?
Don't answer that. We're recording.
By the looks of the headset, he hasn't used it this century. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Well, welcome, David. Everyone out there, David is joining us for, I believe, his second appearance on the podcast.
Yay, me.
Yay.
And we were just going through our introductions here and just sort of chit-chatting about video games in general, David. David, would you like to give us an introduction as to your character you're playing for the Roundtable, your name and your attributes, and where you're calling in from?
I'm currently playing Kihana the Second, female Khajiit, focusing on illusion, one-handed, and pickpocket. And the Kihana I was playing last time is no more. I had to restart her.
What happened?
I kind of grew bored of her because I broke her, because I leveled her so high and ventured into so many different skills, so she wasn't really true anymore to the idea of playing that kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm playing her again, keeping much closer to the attributes I got assigned, and it's way more fun now.
So,
Yay!
Well, that's funny.
Pass buzzing insects without murdering them.
That's funny. We were just discussing how we're starting to stray away from our assigned attributes just because we can't level up any higher than the ones we've been assigned in. So in order to get the character still to develop more, we're starting to branch out a little bit. But we're glad to welcome Kihana back again.
Well, maybe you shouldn't. I mean, of course, yeah, welcome me back all you want, but maybe you should not level your characters any higher, because what's making you?
Karstag.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That's that giant dude.
I will get stomped on and destroyed in the high 40s here.
I'm expecting not to be able to kill Karstag.
I've already started enchanting like frost resistance and all that sort of stuff. I'm just starting to collect the resistance to frost potions and any health potions I can get my hands on. And
I'm
starting to prepare for that battle.
Is that next time? I can't remember.
I think it's the last episode of
the last one. Yeah, it's not the next one's the one after. Yeah.
So it'll be in January sometime. Appropriate to fight a frost giant in January.
Yeah.
Entirely necessary, on the other hand, because once you're really set on playing a character in a certain way and staying away from certain play styles, especially the crafting, which breaks the game real fast, you start looking for different ways to increase your durability. I don't know. I've never played with the Lordstone before, and I'm loving it.
Oh, cool.
Can you remind us what the Lordstone does?
The Lordstone gives you, it gives you 25% resist all, and something else, damage reduction, like physical damage reduction.
Well, that's nice. That should work
still
well for Karstag.
Really using an armor skill. I always found it kind of funny that the Vigil of Stenda runs around in robes and gauntlets and plate boots, and now I'm doing the exact same thing.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've been slightly playing Ladystone.
And it's also the first time that I'm using a Dragon Priest mask for any length of time, which is Otar, which gives me another 30% resist all.
Oh, nice. Where do you get Otar? Do you recall?
Either Vollenrund or Rangwald. I'm not exactly sure. That's the tomb where you have to kill 2 guardians first and collect these skulls and and then Otar awakes, you kill him and get his mask. It's also heavy armor, which fits nicely.
Yeah, cool. Otar the Mad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Dragon Priest in this week's playthrough that I was disappointed in.
Yeah, Velok.
Yeah, he's got no mask.
I know. Did anyone else wander around the room for just a long time wondering where the fuck is this mask? I searched the ash pile, searched the corpse, walked around just to see if it got blown off somehow.
Yeah, he wasn't very impressive actually.
I'd forgotten that he was one of the only Dragon Priests without a an eponymous mask.
So are you already talking about that quest?
No, I'm jumping ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
We haven't even gotten to any of the quests yet. Just dilly-dallying here, dragging our feet.
Yeah, I've got the ethereal crown, speaking of stones. So I'm wearing the ethereal crown, so I've got the Lord Stone as well, but also the Steed Stone, because I don't need anything else. I was thinking about going for the Lady Stone, but I like wearing heavy armor, and that allows me to move just as fast as if I wasn't wearing heavy armor.
Does it increase your carry weight or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, by another 100 points.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And the ethereal crown, again, lets you have, was it 2 of the stones in effect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, once you activate a new stone, it stores the power you currently had.
We had the
and
previous one.
Keeps it in there until you replace it.
Yeah, I wanted that very badly, but that's the only thing in Slythe's game that is broken. For some reason, that quest broke. Early on, so I've never been able to get that. I considered giving it to me giving it to myself by the console, but I chose not to.
Whatever. Go ahead. I've actually got. How many of the shards do you have to find? Is it 4 or 5?
4.
I've gotten, I think, 3 of them in my inventory before we went to Solstheim, and for some reason I never went to find the 4th one before we went. So they're just hanging out in my inventory for now.
Cool.
Well, welcome everyone, and hello to all of our characters. I guess we'll just go ahead and start talking about our adventures, our assigned quests. On this episode, we will discuss quests 13, 14, 15, and 16. 13 being Lost Legacy, 14, Cleansing the Stones, 15, Clean Sweep, and 16, the Kagrumez Gauntlet. I guess we like to clean up in this episode of the show. We've got Cleansing the Stones and Clean Sweep. Everyone, tidy up your Solstheim gameplay here. So let's get into Lost Legacy a little bit, Colin. What happened with us here in Lost Legacy?
Let's see. When you get back to the Skull Village with Boulder, the blacksmith.
Yes.
When you finally rescue him and he gets back to the village, you go back, you talk to him, and he says,
what was that quest called that we rescued him in? What was that one called?
That was called the previous quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that one.
Yeah. A new source for Stalrim. There you go.
There you go. All right.
A new source for Stalrim or a source for Stalrim. So you get back, and then he says, "Thank you very much. You're a friend to the Skull." Blah blah blah. Once you finish talking to him, Thurston, this Imperial who's studying the Skull, says that he, because of the rumblings from Red Mountain, has opened up this place, this Nordic ruin, and he wants to go and explore, and he'll pay you to protect him while he's running through the ruins. So then you go off and go through these ruins, basically Nordic ruins, which you've seen 100,000 times before, which is probably why he hires you, because you have more experience than he does. So you show him around, show him all the traps and how to kill Draugrs and things like that, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, good quest. I was looking up some information on Thurston this morning, just when I was preparing my notes, because I was interested to see what race he was and all that, and he's not... Yeah, how did you know he was an Imperial? Does he say that?
Yeah, I was talking to him.
Okay. Because on the UESP, it just states his race as an Elder. So I guess old people are not considered to have a race anymore. They're just all lumped in together as...
That's right, yeah, it says
as
Elder.
old people. Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought that was funny. And his class is as a Dremora. I guess he has the same skills as a Dremora would have. I just thought that was funny, that he's an Elder and a Dremora, but still an Imperial author, historian guy.
Some of that, yeah.
So what happened with our specifics in Lost Legacy? How did you find that the ruin, Victor?
I like that quest. It's a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm desperately clicking back to it here.
Oh, you're fine.
But I like those I don't know what you call them, the platforms that you have to run around on. They're a lot of fun. The magic platforms.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fights in the dungeon aren't that difficult. There's a couple of death overlords in there, and the puzzles are pretty simple, frankly. But it's a lot of fun, and I like Thorsten's character. He's great. So I enjoyed the quest. It's a good one to do.
When I first got in there, he says something about you have to. Let's see, a sacrifice will bring you closer to that which you seek. And it had been a while since I played this quest, and I was thinking, do I have to kill this guy?
I thought the same thing. Yeah, first time
it's
I
like,
did it, yeah.
I obviously have to open up this latch and open up the grate in the middle there to sacrifice something on the fire. Am I supposed to kill this dude? I don't know. I didn't even try, but then I saw, there's bodies, there's dead Draugr laying around, so...
Well, if you wait long enough, he'll hint things at things for you for almost every single puzzle, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As a general rule of thumb, if you have a problem solving a Skyrim puzzle, you're usually overthinking it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I've been hit by that a couple of times because Skyrim puzzles are not that hard. Never.
Yeah. Well, speaking of puzzles, I went off to the left side first. So after you drag a body over onto the grate and you go back up to the original platform, you hit that lever, it drops the body down into the fire, and the door opens up. And I went to the left side first, and I believe that was the Impact Stones puzzle. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about the Impact Stones puzzle, David?
Yeah, that's one of those really simple puzzles where the stones pretty much tell you what you got to do with them. You got to shoot one with an arrow, hit one with a weapon, and hit another with a spell, and well, you're done.
Yep, and that opens up the final chamber back there. And what do you find in the last chamber behind all that?
Half a dragon claw, I believe. Is that already
Yes.
that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do you remember what it was made of?
And they. Have I still got it? I don't know. I think it was green.
Amethyst.
Oh, there's so many of those.
Yeah, so you find half of an amethyst dragon claw back there.
And a word wall.
And what is the word wall that you find, Colin?
Not Call of Valor, but something like
Battle Fury.
Battle
Battle
Fury.
Fury. It's pretty much the party version of Elemental Fury.
Yes. Can you remind us what those do, David?
They do enhance the attack speed of your party.
Yes. Elemental Fury will make you attack faster, and Battle Fury will make your followers attack faster.
Your followers only, or everybody, you and your followers, or just your followers?
I'm not certain. I haven't played around with it, but according to my notes, it's your followers. But I'm not sure if it acts on you too. Do either of you know, David or Colin?
Well, I guess if you got more than one follower in your party, which you can do by getting a dog, I guess it would enhance all their attack speed. It's not that easy to get that many people in a group.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's the most people you've had in a group?
Maybe it's even allied. I guess the best way to test it out would to start the Civil War quest and use it in one of the big battles and see whether your comrades, your brothers in arms, suddenly attack faster. Yeah. But I haven't tried that out.
That's something to keep in mind for the Civil War quest.
Yeah,
use that Battle Fury. Colin, what you were mentioning
a mix-up of the usual mechanics, like mixing up the Dragon Claw thing. With what we talked about earlier, with getting the Dragon Priest Mask of Ota. There's a couple of dungeons where you have to get 2 parts, 2 keys, and then fix them together. Also, when you get Oaken and Edui, where you have to collect these ceremonial weapons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And now they did it with a Dragon Claw.
Very nice. Hey, Colin, you were mentioning that you like to use the Elemental Fury earlier. Can you remind us of that combination that you liked to do? You had a special weapon, and you had the elemental fury, and what was
I
that
like to use the long hammer, which is Rand's weapon you find in Liar's Retreat, and it's an Orcish warhammer that's extra light, so it moves 30% faster, I think, than a normal warhammer. And then you use elemental fury, and if you use all 3 words, it increases attack speed by 1.5 or 1.2, something like that.
Wow.
So you're really zooming along, and if you have the Orcish perk, you can really get that up to do some serious damage.
I guess. Wow.
Yep. So that is a good little trick to go through. Very nice. And Victor was saying he likes the magical bridges, but before we get there, we had to go off to the right side as well. And what happens over there? Let's see. After the impact stones, get your battle fury. And then you go to the north gate. Okay. The north gate there, you have the pressure stone puzzle. I think there's 9, maybe 12. I don't remember. There's a certain amount of squares just on the floor. And as far as I know, the trick is just getting them all pressed in a certain amount of time. And then that opens the gate behind them. That's all I did. I just kind of sprinted back and forth and hit all the stones so that they were depressed at once.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculously simple.
I thought it was you can't step where you've been, so you just walk up, and then so you can't go over the same stone twice.
Oh, so it's not a speed thing. It's a
no.
Yeah, you just sort of you zigzag through the stones, and you're done.
Yeah. I think that one you're.
Well, maybe I didn't need to sprint then. I sprinted. I thought it was a speed thing, but I guess.
No, you're thinking about on Earth.
Yeah, there's that one there too. That one's a bitch.
Yeah, that's the sprint one. You have to get them all down at the same time.
Okay, so this one you just have to hit and not step back on the same one again. Yeah. Does it do something to you, or do it just resets itself? Does it like shoot fire out or anything if you hit it again?
I don't think so.
No, okay.
I think it just doesn't open.
It doesn't work,
Yeah. I was just thinking if that was like a little bit of foreshadowing for the pressure plates later on in the level. So there's I do have it written down here. There's 9 pressure plates, and you step on those. Evidently not a speed thing, so take your time. Just don't step on the same one again. And it opens the chamber, and you have to fight 5 Draugr there. And then you are rewarded with the right Amethyst Dragon Claw. And you get the second word of Battle Fury, which is very nice. And it kicks you back out to the central chamber, where you can use both halves of your Amethyst Claw to open up the central chamber, and then we get to Victor's magic bridges.
Yeah. Yep.
What's the trick with these bridges? What's going on with those, Victor?
Oh, well, you just have to walk out on them, and as they appear in front of you in varying patterns and speeds, you have to stay on them or you'll fall into the water below. And I think the first one, there's nothing down there, but then as you progress through that section of the quest, I think there's 4 of them? Are there 4 bridges or 3? I don't remember. There's enemies down below. This was the second time I've done this, so I just sort of breezed right through it and didn't fall down. So I don't remember what they are. Are they like bone walkers or
I think they're
they're called corrupted shades.
They're the same ones that are in the Meridius Beacon quest, right?
That's the one, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, you have to, and the little platforms start appearing faster and faster, and you have to run a little faster as you get through there. But it's pretty simple, but it's fun. So we ran right through.
Yeah,
is the game engine not able to handle moving platforms? That's just something that occurred to me during that quest.
That's a good question. I don't know.
You never see any moving platforms, even in that little bit when you travel to Solstheim. You're in that first-person view of that ship sailing in.
Yeah.
And then there's a little loading screen before you hit your character back.
Huh.
Well, maybe you can't.
There have never been any platform puzzles with any type of moving platform.
You mean like moving platform with the player on it? In other words.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Huh. No.
Well, do
I guess not.
the dwarven mechanisms going up and down count? Because there is one where you can jump on a dwarven mechanism to get up to a place. I mean, there's stairs anyway if you go the other direction, but you can sort of take a shortcut.
But does the game actually show it?
Plunger.
There is?
Yeah, if you go into one of the ruins, you jump on one of the pistons that pushes you up. You move across onto the second piston and pushes you up even higher.
Ah, the pistons. Yeah, you're right.
And
I guess that qualifies.
But I don't know if that counts or not,
There's no magic carpet mod that I know of, so.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
There's a flying broom mod.
Is it really?
Oh, really?
Yes,
That'd
there
be
is.
great.
It's basically a flying horse.
That's awesome. Plays a witch.
I never saw that one. I know there's airships and stuff you can fly around in, but that's
An airship?
Yeah.
How does that work?
One called Asteria, and there's another one, I forget what it's called. It's just like a boat in the sky, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Great. All you need then is a chocobo mod and you're golden.
Yeah.
So after our magic bridge, who do we run into, David?
Well, after the magic, the main guy, pretty much, Valok, the jailer, who's very much into fire, it seems.
Yeah, he's got a fire fetish, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Channeling Beavis.
Just tell us a little bit about his chamber there. Anything going on?
Well, not only does he shoot fire at you, basically the whole place is a giant fire trap. So you really gotta quaff a few potions of fire resistance in there.
Yeah, he's got all those pressure plates. If you step on them, there's like a little pit of water or something in the middle, but all the way around the perimeter of the room, maybe even 2 levels of them, are all these pressure plates that shoot little flame spouts out at you.
Yeah, the room itself is kind of a clone of several other. This one is similar to the one in Isgrimor's tomb, I think, and there's a couple other tombs that have the same basic room with that central sort of water-filled area, and then this stepped, perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, with Slythe, barely even noticed the fire because he's got the Dunmer fire resistance, plus the Ebony Mail, which is I think 50 or 60% fire resistance. So fire doesn't bother him a whole lot.
Yeah, that's the flip side to it. If you got high fire resistance in there, the fight is just way too easy.
Yeah.
Was it Gunvar's got? Was it the magic resistance in alteration, all 3 levels? And was it the Necklace of the Firewalker, which is 70% fire resistance?
That's even better than Sly.
Yeah, so he still takes 10% or 15% because I think it's capped at 85.
Right.
Any resistance you can't get 100% resistance to it, but it still hurt a little bit, but not that much. So that was pretty easy to do. But I was halfway through it when I realised I had Azadal's boots of water walking, so I could have just stood in the middle on top of the water.
What's that name of the little clothes shop you like to go to in Solitude to get your jewelry?
Radiant Raiment.
Radiant Raiments. Yeah. Yes. With the annoying high elf.
Young ladies in there.
Oh, that's right. You're on your good side, aren't you?
Yep.
I forgot.
And I was actually a little bit disappointed because that guy was supposed to have kicked Merrick's butt, so Jimenez Mora had to save him.
Who, Valak?
Yeah.
Valak, yeah.
Valak
the
evidently
one who
defeated
found out
him.
about
Yeah.
Merrick's evil plans of betraying the dragons, and the myth is that they fought so hard that Solstheim separated from the mainland, which may or may not be a myth, but doesn't look so powerful.
Ah, right, yeah.
I mean, he is a priest now, so, he's old and tired, so...
It looks the same as all the other ones, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we're all too higher leveled now.
It's a bit disappointing that all the dragon priests are pretty much the same.
Yeah, I've always thought it was kind of...
I think it would have been nicer if the dragon priests kind of matched their dragon priest masks. I mean, when you play the infamous sneaky archer, the first thing you want to get is Crosis, the Dragon Priest mask that fortifies, what was it, archery, lockpicking, and alchemy. Mm-hmm. And why is this dude a mage? Why is he not coming out of his coffin just feathering you with arrows? Yeah.
Yeah, arrows and poisons, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
That's a good call, yeah, with the alchemy.
Maybe there's a mod for that, too.
Yeah. He could undo your chastity
Speaking
belt
of,
halfway through the void.
Speaking of Dragon Priest masks, you know how you can collect them all on the mainland Skyrim and then put them on the altar and get the last mask? Did they do anything with the priest
with the tusks
masks? Did they do any of that on Solstheim? Can you take the extra Dragon Priest masks and do anything fun with them?
Not that I know of, and I've never tried to put a Dragonborn Dragon Priest mask into that little room. Not sure that works.
Just wondered if they had its own altar somewhere or something that I'd never seen before.
No, I don't think so.
No, not that I've seen.
Swing and a miss, Skyrim. Come on. Well, after you dispatch with Velok the jailer and avoid his flame spouts and all of his fire stuff, you loot his body and find, I don't know, I only found like 200 and some gold on him, but you go back there, there's the third word of Battle Fury, and then Tharstan will give you some gold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very kind
Whole
of him.
heap of gold.
Yeah. I got 1,000. Does it level? Does it change depending on how leveled you are, or is it always 1,000?
I think that's it.
That's it?
That's what I got.
Yeah. Cool. So that was our trip through Lost Legacy there. Any closing thoughts on Lost Legacy, gentlemen?
No.
Yeah, I like how Skyrim handles like escort missions when you're questing with someone, with an NPC. They're either so powerful that they can take care of themselves, or they just stay out of the way.
Or they only come in after you've totally cleared out the
Oblivion was very different. All the escort missions you had to do early on because the mobs would level and the guy you had to protect didn't. So once you got like level 30, escort missions were not an option anymore.
Huh.
They would all get killed before you could do anything?
Instantly. Yeah. Instantly. You get into the dungeon, the first thing attacks them, and they're just dead.
So that's what that was. When I was playing Oblivion, apart from Martin himself, all the rest of them died. Oh, no, wait, no, Martin died the first time I tried to close down the Oblivion gates. So, yeah.
They learned.
Interesting.
It's fun to watch how they tinker with all the different aspects of the games as they progress through. It's like, oh man, we've killed too many of the companion missions early on, so now we have to make them be able to fight for themselves in this game. What do you think some of the major tweaks they'll make for Elder Scrolls 6 will be?
Argonia, or not?
So we've heard, maybe.
Bretonville.
What would you, Colin, if you had to make just a few choices or one choice, do you think that they'll mess with on the mechanics or just some aspect of the game that you think they'll update or think they need to work on?
Deconstruction for smithing. Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's all. And most of the mods now have that. All of them have that.
So you get ebony warhammer, you tear it apart for parts.
Oh, so you could make ingots out of a warhammer
weapons.
or something.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Smelters, yeah, little things like that. I hope they work a little harder on making your actions affect the world around you, which they don't do very well in Skyrim.
Yes. Yes, please. Make the world recognize me in any way.
Yeah.
I had a funny interaction with the court mage at Whiterun, Tharangar.
Yeah.
Because I did the whole mage's quest before I even started the main quest. And when I said bye to him that one time, he was like, "Yo, you should join the mage's call it if you got Dude, Archmage robe, how do you not get this?"
He is, by the way, by far the worst voiced actor in the entire game, whoever that person is that does Farengar. terrible.
Or is it just that he gives you so much attitude so early on? It's like what you say to him when was it bringing those frost salts to Arcadia?
I think he's actually worse than the Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonator.
Oh, maybe you're right. Yeah, that's the.
I am
that's
a
just
weapon. Just unsheath me and
Yeah.
point me in the right direction.
That's just a crappy accent. The guy isn't bad as a voice actor, but the Farengar guy is just wooden. He just doesn't do anything. He just speaks his lines.
I can't even fake a German accent at this point.
That's Austrian, right? So you're forgiven.
Yeah, it's well.
If it's Schwarzenegger, anyway, yeah. Oh well.
I thought that I heard Esbern somewhere on Solstheim the other day. Do you find that they recycle their voice actors a little too frequently?
Oh, they kind of have to.
I don't think
Oblivion was much worse.
I don't think you'd find Esbern anywhere else. That's Max von Sydow. I think he only did Esbern.
Maybe it was Bellathor. I don't know. I heard someone else's voice when I was up on Solstheim.
And I found out, this is after all these many hours and recognizing the voice and never bothered to look on USP to find out who does Uthgerd, but it's Claudia Christian, who was Ivanova in Babylon 5. All right, yeah, Babylon 5. Was anybody a fan of Babylon 5?
Yeah.
I've been told I need to watch it.
Back in the day, yeah. It did not age well.
No, but I don't know. The first season was god awful, but the second, third, fourth were really good.
Mr. Garibaldi.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, it's related but completely unrelated at the same time. Yesterday I just bought the entire box set of DS9.
Oh, cool. Good.
A Star Trek thing?
Star Trek,
Deep Space
Star
Nine?
Trek.
Yes.
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
I've
Probably
never
really
watched
the
an
overall the
episode of
best.
Star Trek.
That was really the best of the series, I think, in
the minute,
terms of overall quality.
Yeah, when Michael Dorn came into it, it just exploded with absolutely fantastic stories. When you get to the point where it is Michael Dorn and what's his name, the guy who plays General Martok, and you got Miles O'Brien and things like that. I think it's some of the best camaraderie acting that I've ever seen. Sorry.
Yep.
No, I've never seen it. I don't.
No? It's really good. I really recommend it.
I've never actually watched many of any of the Star Trek series.
Good God, man.
Good God, man.
Well,
And
get to it.
and then when I say that. Then when I say that I enjoyed the new Star Trek movies, Star Trek fans gasp. Say how horrible those movies were, and there's more Star Wars movies than they are Star Trek movies. And
So
That's your blasphemy, no limits.
Dovahkiin, no.
I'm a big fan of those movies as well. Sorry, David. I like the new ones.
yeah, that's interesting. A lot of my hardcore Star Trek friends will not give those a pass.
Yeah, you probably think George Clooney was the best Batman too, right?
Val Kilmer all the way.
I just watched the tail end of Batman Begins the other day. It was bloody awful.
Really?
Oh, God.
That's my favorite of the Nolan movies.
Really? It was just I watched the last 20 minutes, and I just thought it was terrible.
I'm just not a Maggie Gyllenhaal fan, and I don't know why, but I let her ruin those movies for me.
Yeah.
Not that Katie Holmes is any better, but I don't know. I'm a weirdo like that.
Yeah,
I
I
just
like
didn't
all
like
of them.
Christian Bale.
I like, was it the Karate Kid with, what's his Smith face? So.
Oh, did you? I haven't seen that.
I've got horrendous taste. Whatever I.
Did you enjoy After Earth? Did you see After Earth?
No.
Or whatever that's called? I haven't seen it either.
That got panned so badly that I couldn't watch it.
Well, that means I figured you would love it.
There you go. Yeah.
You have to protect your opinions, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll progress here on the show. We'll go on to adventure number 14, Cleansing the Stones. And Cleansing the Stones, Victor, do you recall what we got into there?
Well, I think is it the The Windstone is the first stone you cleanse with the Bend Will, and you go back to the Skal village and talk to Storn. And he suggests that you look for the remaining stones. Now, I shouldn't jump ahead like that. But there's a sixth stone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I won't jump to that. So basically, you just go around to the beast stone, the earth stone, the sun stone, the water stone, and shout at them and kill some lurkers, and you're done. Gather some money. They actually carry a lot of money, those lurkers.
Yeah, the lurkers. I wonder where those guys are working, because they walk out with some loose cash in their pockets.
Well, they're getting some serious OT, so that's
must.
What's going on there.
Either that, they're bullying all the seekers, taking their pocket money.
That's right. Yeah.
The lurkers were actually a nice surprise.
What?
Because I was a bit disappointed that all I fought again was Draugrs again, and the first time a lurker came out, I was really surprised, scared. What's that thing? Because I've never seen one before.
Yeah. It's good to have the panic back. When you're like, what do I do? And then you go, all right, I'm gonna Fusro Da this guy to the ground and then wail on him. Nope, lurkers are immune to Fusro Da.
I didn't even try.
What am I gonna do now?
Yeah. Well, Slythe just pulled out his Bloodskull blade and hacked them to death.
Nice. Still using that Bloodskull blade.
I love it. Yeah, it's a good weapon. Yep.
Yeah. So if they're immune to Fusro Da, what are they prone? What's the damage that'll get those lurkers, Colin?
I went to Elemental Fury, and when I was in Apocrypha, I would summon up a Dremora Lord and then attack him. And then on the other side, outside, when I was cleansing the stones, I'd wait for Aethys to engage and then run in.
That's the way to do it. Will the brainwashed workers attack the lurkers with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you got to kill that thing quickly because they are not necessarily up to the task.
And as I was reading my notes this morning, I'm not sure which stone it was, maybe the Earth Stone near Raven Rock. It said that you have to be careful not to let one of the workers there die because they give you a quest later on. I'm not sure if that's one of the quests that we've already done, or I don't think so, because I just discovered the Earth Stone. I hadn't been over there yet, so it's not a quest that we had done yet.
But you don't know which quest it is?
I'm not sure. I should have written that down.
There's a little one that a woman gives you.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Do you recall what that is?
She works in the mine when the mine was closed.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. Well, no. When it was open, she was working in the mine and she used to make loads and loads of money. And now the mine is closed, so she's not earning any money. So now she spends all her day in the retching netch, drinking her sorrows away. Drinking. But Fethys kicked her out, saying, I don't want you in anymore. And she goes, look, I'm paying my bills. And he goes, well, no, I don't want to see you in here drinking all your troubles away, because he feels sorry for her. He's actually trying to help her out so she doesn't get drunk all the time. But then once you reopen the mines and things like that. But if you do it before, you can go in and then speak to Fethys to get her to let her back in, to get her to go in and still get drunk.
So since we've already fixed the mine, we have shot ourselves in the foot about doing that quest then.
Yeah, but she still says that, as David said earlier on with Farengar, she still says the same stuff. If you walk past her, she still says, "Oh, look at me! I'm still a bum," and all like that.
Well,
I can't get drunk. Yeah, even though she is working in the mine, and then 5 seconds later she says, "Oh, thank you. You don't know what it's done. I'm earning loads of money, and me and my dad are going to be happy again."
I can just get sloppy drunk all the time now. All my money. So the cleansing the stones quest, very quickly. The Beast Stone is the first one I ran across. It's located just southwest of the Skull Village. And as you approach the Beast Stone, you see some Reeklings, I believe, working there, doing the whole brainwashed thing, pounding away. And you cleanse the stone, and out pops...
Not for me.
No? Who'd you have?
Nobody, because that's the one right near Thirsk.
Uh-oh.
And I killed them all.
Killed all the poor Reeklings. So who's doing Mirok's menial work for him, then?
Nobody. There's nobody there.
They didn't plan well, did they?
You're killing my minions.
And smiling doing it.
Yes, sir. But then if you progress down south, just north of Tel Mithryn, there is the Sunstone, I believe. I saw some Reavers there.
Yeah, I got Reavers there, too. Yeah.
Then I progressed westward across the south shore of Solstheim to the Earthstone, which is kind of near Raven Rock. I think it's maybe southwest of Raven Rock a little bit. There I found some Redoran Guard and maybe a couple of just normal miners. Like Colin was mentioning, that lady who gives you the quest, the mine quest in the bar. The Redoran Guard are there, and that one I had 2 lurkers pop out. Did anyone else have 2 lurkers pop out of that location?
Yes,
was it that one? I had 2 lurkers somewhere, yeah.
I had one that was just a normal, and one was a leveled of some sort. It's not Sentinel, I don't think, but some leveled lurker. Vindicator, there you go. I had 2 lurkers pop out at that one. One was a little more down by the water, down by the shore, and the other one popped up right there.
Yeah, for me, he popped out afterwards. After I killed the first one, then I noticed everybody running down towards the shore, and I looked, and there was another lurker down there, yeah.
And then you go up the shore a little bit more on the west side of the island to the Waterstone, and there's a bunch of sailors. I'm not sure what race or whatever they were, but they were a bunch of sailors. There's a little path that kind of goes up to the mountainside, and at that one I had not leveled, but just a normal lurker pop out. But I was also attacked by a dragon at the same time. Did anyone else have the dual attack?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was scripted or if that was just there happened to be a dragon there. So,
I got some pretty epic dragon fights in the last few visits to Solstheim, but not on that one. No,
not on that one.
No,
okay.
It seems like every time I teleport away to go back to Heljarchen and come back to Solstheim, I get a very high level dragon appears over Raven Rock. I had a bone dragon. This is from the mod Deadly Dragons. I had a bone dragon, which is basically a vampiric dragon.
Does it have skin, or is it just a skeleton, like the skeletal one that you find in Labyrinth?
It's hard to see. It's because it turns the sky black and flies around and shoots death rays at you, and stones come flying out of the sky. And,
wow, that's great. That sounds fun.
Oh, it's really, well, I must have died 20 times. And because for some reason, Koznak's AI failed him, and he was sort of standing around looking off into space and not helping at all.
Hey, buddy, wake up.
Yeah, really.
Let's go.
Over
here, come on.
And I managed to piss off the entire Redoran Guard in the process of killing the dragon. So once the dragon was dead, I had to run away from Raven Rock and wait 24 hours, and I came back and they were fine.
I know you.
Oh no, they were after me, including Captain what's his name there. They were all running after me. Veleth, yeah. And then the second dragon I got was called Aspect of Alduin.
Oh, that was the guy in my screenshots that I put in on the.
Oh, did you get one of those?
Oh, mate, what? He came at me at.
They are tough.
What's up with him?
He has all the powers of Alduin. He's it's like an aspect of Alduin. It's not Alduin himself, but
right. So he has frost and fire, and then when he gets down to the point, where the dragons get grounded, at what they're down like 3/4 or something like that. Then he spawned like 7 cultists at me. So it was quite an epic battle. So yeah, I got a lot of good dragon fights this time.
Koznak, wake up! Let's go.
Oh God, poor Koznak.
Oh, I just wanted to say, can you pass on my thanks to Koznak? He helped me out with, I don't think I said this last time, with Taran Dreth.
Oh, cool.
I was in Markarth in and I was wearing my ethereal crown, and I had that douchebag walk up to me, and Koznek helped me out.
I wondered where he went. He was gone for a couple of days, and I was curious. So I will let him know how much you appreciated the help. Yeah.
You just thought he was off drinking with someone.
I did. I wasn't sure, but.
To be fair, he was sitting at the bar.
Oh, and one more thing about cleansing the stones.
Yeah.
You could also use it to farm for certain items, like quick saving before you actually cleanse the stone, because the lurkers will always carry at least one piece of enchanted equipment, and if you're looking for something specific, like especially jewelry, you can just reload and reload until you get something that you really want.
Huh, that's cool.
I didn't even notice that they each carried a piece of enchanted equipment. What are some examples? Did you get anything good?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My necklace of major wielding.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
And is that that's a two-handed perk one, or is that a one-handed?
One-handed.
Two-handed, I usually
One-handed?
think about holding it, like sure grip and all that.
Oh, sure.
Major
Okay.
wielding is 25% extra one-handed damage. And
That's nice.
a lot of that.
That's a good
That's
one.
cool.
I got
wish I could-
Sorry.
What'd
No,
you
go
find,
ahead.
Colin?
I got a circlet of peerless destruction, so that's going to help me out in the Koznek I've forgotten his name now. In the
Karstag?
Karstag fight. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What are the? You said peerless. What are the different labels that they have? What are the levels of the labels that they have as they go up there?
Peerless is 25. That's the top you can get. I think the one below that is major, which is 22.
Nah, it depends on what are you talking about exactly.
Magic.
Yeah. Because those values are a little bit lower than like for other attributes.
Yeah, so I think for the magic ones, I think you've got minor, which is 12. The one where it just says like something of destruction, I think is 15. And then you've got major, which is 20. And then you've got extreme, and then peerless. Yeah, that was it. Extreme is 22.
So it sounds like there's 5 different levels.
Is it eminent?
Eminent, not extreme. Yeah, that's it. Eminent.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I wish I could wear some more of those, but Slythe has to keep wearing his health buff bling, so he can't wear anything else. So otherwise, he'd be down to like 120 health and die a lot more.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that. I sound really upset as well, don't I?
Yeah, really, I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah,
So
being over encumbered isn't a problem of mine either. Not really.
Yeah.
Hey, David.
That's stamina.
I heard your follower did not make it through one of your quests recently.
I don't know. Maybe he's somewhere in Cyrodiil, sold his equipment and living a happy life. He just gone.
Just ran off.
Yeah. Screw that cat.
I was fighting
could you blame him?
those magical anomalies in Winterhold, and after the fight, he was gone. I was looking everywhere for him, didn't find him. Tried console commands to like resurrect him, move him to my position, nothing.
Wow.
He's just gone.
And we got you a new assigned follower. Did you pursue that at all, or have you been going at it alone?
No, haven't recruited her yet. Was too busy questing. But she looks nice. She's kind of exactly the opposite of Torvar, because when you meet Torvar, he's wearing light armor, but he's actually a heavy armor dude. She's wearing a steel armor, but is more proficient in light armor. It's weird. Skyrim. What can you say?
That's funny.
Yeah, they done the same. Aethys is exactly the same. You find him in light armor, and he's better in heavy.
That's
I'm
funny.
already buying equipment for her. She'll be all set.
I didn't even look anything up. She's not the orc smith lady in Markarth, is she?
No, she's not. I think she resides in Dushnik Jarl.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it's the stronghold where you do the Daedric quest for Malakath.
Okay.
And after you got rid of the old orc chief, I guess she follows you.
That's Largashbor, I think.
Not exactly.
That's the one over by Riften, right?
Yeah, and I haven't done that quest yet.
I thought she was in the one that's near Markov, where you have to pay off a dowry. Isn't that the one that you got early on, Victor?
I didn't draw her as a follower, but I've taken her as a follower. Yeah, that is Dushnik Yal. I think that's the one. Just to the.
Yeah, because the one where you do the Malakath one, you get a guy.
I reserve the right to have no idea what I'm talking about, so I might be wrong.
I didn't even know there was a follower at Largashbur. And that's the one over by Riften. Yeah.
Yeah. So, after you do it, there's some guy, and he's just standing there in clothes.
I did
I think that's the one. I think that's the one Michael sacrificed to Boethia to get his armor. I think in the.
Oh, okay.
In the Skyrim, yeah, because in his Orange Julius character, he can't go into towns. So he went into the Orc stronghold, found that guy, and I think he's pulled him. He sacrificed him to Boethia to get the armor.
Oh, poor buddy.
I can't remember his name.
There's actually a perfect follower to sacrifice for Boethia. That chick whose mother you kill. Anyone done that quest? Mage in that tower.
Yeah.
Wants it out.
Yeah.
But she,
the
she had
Hag
it coming, right? Being sacrificed to a cult. Destiny written all over her.
Well, there's Aeola, the cannibal. You can get her as a follower and sacrifice her too.
Yeah, I think somebody said
Why
that.
would you? She's awesome.
She is awesome. In fact, I played a Khajiit in one of my playthroughs, and they got married.
You're a sick man.
She likes the taste of kidding.
Well, I figured a Khajiit could easily be a taste of human flesh.
What's wrong with eating humans? It's not like we're related in any way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's not cannibals for a Khajiit.
Was it in ESO? They have this whole huge thing of where wood elves are cannibals. There's a whole lore thing where they've made the Green Pact where they can't harm or eat plants. They can only eat meat. They can't eat any type of plant or hurt it or cut down a tree or anything like that. And they have to consume their enemies after they defeat them and things like that. So I thought if anybody ever need a lore reason to do a cannibal quest, just become a wood elf.
A wood elf, yeah. In fact, that's specified in a couple of the overhaul mod packages. But I thought that the Green Pact was only plants from the Valen wood.
Yeah.
It's not plants outside of. I think so. They can eat. Yeah,
because it was really weird because some of them were using
ash
wooden
yams.
bows. So in years, some of them were using wooden bows. And
Yeah,
she was
you
saying,
couldn't use a wooden bow then.
yeah, she was like, "Oh no, that's fine. That's one my friend bought me from Cyrodiil, so it's fine."
It's like those vegans who will wear leather boots because the cow was already dead.
Yeah, that's right. It's a legacy cow. Yeah,
These boots were given to me.
Skyrim does Elder Scrolls does put an interesting spin to the Tolkien-esque universe. It's all there, but it's all very different.
I just like the fact that I'm
elves,
pretty
vicious little dwarves.
orcs. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I think we're at a good spot where we will need to check in with a word from our sponsors. So, everyone, please hang tight for a brief message for the kind people endorsing our program. And we will take a second for them, and we will be right back.
Okie dokie, BRB.
This episode of Skyrimatic Podcast is brought to you by Bellathor's General Goods. Whether you're looking for a soul gem, goblet, or that elven bow you've been desiring, Bellathor has what you need.
I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke.
Look no further than Bellathor's for the best deals on all items from every corner of Skyrim.
I know what you're thinking. This Bellathor, how could he part with such magnificent treasures?
Bellathor's is open Morndas to Sundas, morning to night,
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed.
Closed in case of dragon attacks, civil war, or vampire invasions.
All that matters is that I have what you need, and it's worth every septum.
And we're back.
Yay.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to jump right into our next set of missions, and we'll be going into number 15, Clean Sweep.
What about the powers of the stones? Sorry, dude. The
What I
powers
forget?
of the stones, the powers.
Get into it, Colin.
You activate the stones, and they give you an individual power. So you go to the beast stone, and you can conjure a werebear. You go to this, activate the sun flare. That's the sunstone, and you get sun flare, which allows you to basically do the master destruction spell for flames. You do a 220 point flame damage to everything around you. What's the tree one?
How did I miss this?
What do you mean?
I did not even notice that you can all of a sudden summon a werebear after activating the beast stone. How does this happen?
You know, you know when you go to this stone after you cleanse it, you walk up to it and you go and you like click on it. You're like one of the standing stones.
I don't think I went back to it again after I cleansed it. I didn't go activate it again.
Once you're
I just cleaned the damn thing up and left.
Yeah, once
Missing
you
out.
cleanse. Yeah.
Get your
was it-
Wookiee.
You're a Wookiee. Yes, you can conjure at the beast stone. It gives you the power to conjure a werebear, but once you use it once, you have to go back to the beast stone to reacquire the power.
Have you guys read up on Karstag at all?
I read up that but this was like ages ago. He's a base level 70, resistant to frost 100%, resistant to shock 100%, resistant to fire 50%, and I can't remember how much health and stuff like that he has. But
If you keep reading down the list in the notes section of the UESP, I was reading up on Karstag earlier today, just because I was trying to formulate, sort of a plan.
A survival plan.
But they said in the notes that he has a weakness to werewolves.
Oh.
really,
Yes. So they were suggesting that you go do the companions thing and do your beast out. What's it called? Not beast mode. What's it?
beast form.
Beast form before you attack him. So if you go do the werewolf thing and the beast stone now that I've just learned, you can summon a werebear and do the werewolf thing. That might be a nice, useful combination to do.
You could also
That's
go
cool.
to the the group of werewolves as well. Where they I can't remember where they are.
I just found those guys today. Where was it? It was up at the pass in the middle of the...
Is it
There's like
Cragmore?
that big mountain right in the middle of the sort of north central section of the island in Solstheim there. In the middle of that pass, there's a cave, and they keep saying, "Keep walking, brother. You have no business here. Keep going." But I just hung out just to see what would happen, and they all wolfed out on me.
But if like Gonvar,
Can you recruit them?
Yeah, he's a werewolf. If you're a werewolf, that you can not recruit them, but you can trade with them. And I was preparing for this last episode because I'd done it in the previous thing and I forgot to mention it. You can buy stuff from them, and you can buy these special rings. You can buy 1, 2, 4 special rings, like the Ring of Hircine.
I was going to say, like the Hircine ring. That's cool.
So the first one is called Ring of Bloodlust, and you do 50% more damage as a werewolf, but you take 50% more too.
Oh.
So you got to make sure that you... It doesn't sound like you can do, but as long as you're always attacking and you don't let them hit you, you should be able to kill things within 2 or 3 strikes. Ring of Instinct. When you enter beast form, time slows for 20 seconds. So you got a chance.
So, but you don't?
Yeah, time slows. Yeah, so you can sort of like, see enemies coming and things like that.
Nice.
And then Ring of the Hunt. This one, I think, is the most powerful one. Health regenerates in beast form. Because normally in beast form it doesn't regenerate. You have to eat something for health to regenerate. And And then Ring of the Moon. Increase Hell's duration by 25%.
Wow, I really should not have killed all of those poor werewolves.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
I'm
going to have to explore that on my, because I'm sort of building a family of werewolves, my Nord family there. But I haven't explored.
Get a ring for everybody.
Yeah, I haven't explored the werewolf stuff yet. That's pretty cool.
So when I looted their bodies, why didn't I find those damn rings?
Because you have to buy them. There's certain things you can't, like merchants, you can't, if you find a merchant outside, if you kill him, you won't find all his stuff on him. You'd have to buy it from him.
Well, that's something they should improve on in the next version of the game.
More loot.
I'm just going to go around and kill all the merchants then.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Beast Stone gives you the werebear. That's awesome. I would love to have a werebear around.
Yeah, I think he summons them for 60 seconds, I think.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? That's cool. So, yeah, I guess I need to go back to all these stones and play around and see which of these powers I like to play with.
You can have them all at the same time.
Wow, that's great. Need to
I have them, but I never used them.
You don't ever use any shouts, Victor.
No, nothing. I occasionally I use some sort of power, like call a horse for one of my horse mods or something. But, that's about it.
It's called Hear Horsey Horsey.
Yeah, basically horse whistle. Yep.
That's cool. It's like Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, very much so.
Yep. Okay, well, that's where I didn't get into that, Colin, because I did not do that.
Sorry.
The stones have powers, folks. Don't be a dummy like Andrew. Okay. Now, how about clean sweeping? Are we okay to sweep?
Yes.
Okay.
Brooms at the ready.
Brooms at the ready.
That's a Skyrim version of I got a rat problem in my cellar.
Yeah, that's right.
So, David, would you like to get into Clean Sweep with us a little bit here? What's Clean Sweep all about?
Really love to get deeply into Clean Sweep, but it's just not a deep quest. You go to that priest, ask him about the ancestral tombs, I can't go there right now. Why not? Yeah, because we got an ash spawn problem. Yeah, sure. Well, I'll take care of these things. You go into the cellar, kill a bunch of ash spawns, loot them. Don't forget to loot them. They carry a lot of gems. You go back and get paid.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much
Pretty
it.
quick little quest is there. The ancestral tomb, which is in the Rock Raven Temple there, the big main building. It's overrun with ash spawn, and you talk to, how I'm going to butcher this, Orthriloth? Orthriloth? I don't know where some fascists would be there.
His friends call him Bob.
That's right. I thought it was Phil, but yeah.
And he asks for help because, what's his name, Adriel? No, I don't know. Whoever the Velith, maybe. I don't remember who's. There's one of the Redoran Guard boss guys walking around, and they say they're too busy to help him out, clear out the ash spawn. So he's like, well, I guess I'll have to go to someone else to find some help. And he gives you the key. Otherwise, I couldn't figure out a way to get in there until he gave me the key. And you go out there, and yeah, David's right. There's just a bunch of ash spawn going around, and I counted 11 ash spawn, 9 of which were just normal ash spawn, and they came out, originally just one at a time as you killed them. But then as you get further into the sequence, they would start coming out in multiples.
Yeah, there's a couple of mounts in there. In that crypt, where I guess the Dunmer just pile their bodies in there and let them rot. I'm not sure. Do they burn them? And that's where they come out.
Yeah.
You just camp those spawn points and kill them all. I guess if you low on fire resistance, they might be a problem.
Could be tough, yeah.
I'm not, so...
they were all just normal ash spawns except for the last 2. They were some sort of leveled. I'm not even sure what level they said, what their names changed to, but
Immolator.
they had... What's that?
Immolator.
Immolator. Okay. Well, and I just went around and I found some gold ore on them, some gems, like David mentioned. And then collected some gold from Othruloth, or however you pronounce his name.
I also took the Blessing of Azura, because she gives you 10% magic resistance.
Oh, is there a shrine in there?
Yeah, he goes on about the tribunal, is it, Victor?
Yeah, the Azura, Boethium, and Mephala is the original tribunal, and then they were replaced by the what I don't know
Vivek and
Vivek and the other two. Yeah,
but now I was too afraid to find out what the blessing of Mephala and Boethia was, so I just went with Azura's, and it turned out to be quite good because it was 10% magic resistance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really completely up on that lore, but those definitely are. Those are the three, I guess, gods of the Dunmer, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he says that Vivek, they were heroes. They weren't gods. I think it's trying to kind of say the same thing as what they're saying about Talos. They were saying like Vivek and all the other three were just heroes. They were great heroes, but they're not gods that like Boethia and thing and that are. So.
Yeah, well, they raised themselves up to be. That was like second era, maybe. I don't remember exactly when that took place, but yeah. I read up on it once before, but I have such a terrible memory for things like that.
Actually, a lot of the Daedric princes are worshipped in Morrowind as gods.
Are they? Okay. I know the tribunal was those two.
The Shrine to Azura in Skyrim was actually built by Dark Elves.
By the Dunmer, yeah.
This lady up there tells you.
Yeah, I like that quest. In fact, I've had her as a follower in a couple of playthroughs. She's a good mage.
It's a bit sad. Azura doesn't talk to me anymore. Guess I'll come with you then.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. Oops. All right.
So,
well, yeah, it's kind of a
Clean Sweep's a pretty simple little task there. One of those little mini quests that we threw in.
Mm.
Anyone else have any interesting little tidbits or weird stuff happen? Clean Sweep.
not really.
All right. Well, then we will go ahead and launch into our final quest of the evening, the Kagrumez Gauntlet. And I actually really enjoyed this quest. I like the Kagrumez, the little puzzles and stuff. Victor,
Yeah,
I saw you post
me,
earlier.
didn't
I saw you post earlier today. Did you manage to find some gems?
Yeah, well, thanks to David who reminded me where they are. But I have not made it through the whole thing, I'm afraid. I went to Kagrumez and killed the bandito who had two of them.
Uh-huh.
So that's the first stage of the puzzle. Yeah, it's just a pattern puzzle. This is one that when I first did it way back on my 360, I completely overthought it. I was like wandering around that stupid room trying to figure out what but it's basically just patterns. So I did the first one and went through, but I still have to find more of these gems. And I spent some time today looking around trying to find them, but I didn't find any more. So I have not completed this quest, I'm afraid. I apologize. Not for this.
Find the vendor.
It's quite all right.
I tried the vendor in Raven Rock, but he didn't have any.
Ooh.
Do you mind if we spoil you, Victor?
Different vendor.
Oh, please do. Go ahead. I will.
If you go visit the Silt Strider guy.
Oh, it's him? Because I went over and I looked at Neloth, who had none, and I thought, well, no.
You ran right past him.
Yeah, I know. I even thought about him. I said, no, he doesn't have anything. What the heck? So I went off and looked in that other dwarven ruin there. Nothing there either.
Yeah, what's his name? Revis Saravani, maybe? Revis, I think. Yeah, he's got one. The guy who tends to the Silt Strider. And if he happens to get killed by an ash spawn or something, you can loot it off of his body.
As I
Or
remember,
you can pickpocket.
You only need, 4 to complete the quest?
You need 4, and there's
4.
5 in the game.
Okay.
So Revis Servani's got 1. And there is, as you said, there's 2 on the boss Reaver when you go into Kagramez.
Right.
So there's 2 more in the game. 1 that we've already ran by, Victor. Yeah. When you're in Nashardok over there on the eastern side in that dwarven ruin where Neloth lets you in and you do all those cubes and everything.
Yeah, where is it? I was in there.
Yeah, in the very northeast corner of the aqueduct section, there's like a little just sort of hidden little alcove. Like it's little I think there's maybe not a sphere, but a ballista or something, whatever those guys are called, and he's just kind of perched up there, and you have to jump up onto a ledge, but there's just a little desk sitting there, and it's sitting back there maybe next to a few dwarven, artifacts, maybe a bow or something, but it's just sitting on a desk in there over in the Shardok. And there is one more in a different dwarven ruin, Falbthar's, where you get the Visage of Masund, that helmet where you blast steam out of your face.
Yeah, I remember that from a previous playthrough, but I haven't found it on this map yet. So
yeah, there's one of the gems is sitting right next to that helmet.
Oh, okay.
So that's the 5 locations. You got the one by the Silt Strider. There's one in the Nashardok Aqueduct. There's one in Falbthar's, right next to the Visage of Masund. And then there's 2 on the Reaver boss, right when you go into that sort of first room over in Kagramez. So that's the 5, but you only really need 4 to complete this quest. And if you look over at the first door, you see that there are 2... the first thing you notice when you go into the room is a pedestal in the middle of the room, and there's light shining down, so it's pretty obvious that this pedestal has something to do with it. And you walk up to it, and you're saying, oh, well, there's 9 holes in it, 3 going, up and down, 3 left to right, so it makes a square of 9 holes. And then you notice the door off to the left that has, those same 9 holes, but 2 of them are lit up.
How convenient.
Yeah, so you say, oh, wow, okay, well, 2 of those are lit up. Maybe I should go back to this pedestal in the middle of the room and place 2 of my gems in those holes. And when you do that, Colin, what happens?
Party poppers go off. Strippers come up from the ground. Everybody gets naked.
Beer for everyone!
Yeah.
You have a party. Who shows up to your party?
Loads of Dwarven Spider Guardians. And I think in the first party you get some tempered spheres come out and attack you.
I got ballistas.
Yeah,
you got ballistas on your first try? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like those ballistas. I'll fight spheres all day long. I don't know what it is about those ballistas. But yeah, as when you put those 2 gems in, the gate shoots up around you, and you feel like, oh crap, I'm going to be locked in to this thing for some reason. I hope my followers who are now trapped outside of the gate will be able to help me. I don't know what's happening. But the room shifts and shakes, and you hear steam going off and all sorts of stuff. But when those gates drop, that's when all your dwarven buddies pop out, and you have to dispatch with all of those robots who come out to kick your butt. So after you kill all of these guys, Colin, you then get to run up a pathway there.
Yeah, you go up to through where the door was, where you've seen the original pattern that let you know how to get in there. As you go through, you come into a little treasure room. You got a treasure box, treasure chest, one of the dwarven ones, with some loot in there. You got loads of ingots and.
Yeah, there was a ton of ingots on that shelf.
Yeah. And then you have a little lever, which there's something behind it because you can hear the noise of some sort of
tick tick tick.
Yeah, some sort of dwarven machine behind it. So you pull down, and he doesn't attack you. If you if
Who
you
is
don't
he?
attack it first, a little dwarven spider waiting there, and you can engage him in a conversation.
Ooh, they talk.
Yeah, kind of one-sided, but you talk to him, and if you don't have a pet, or if you don't have a pet bug, you can say, "Oh, you seem friendly. You don't seem to want to sort of like tear my face off and wear it. Would you like?
Always a plus.
Would you like to follow me?" Or you can say, I don't need some clunky blah 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 following me around. But yeah, basically you can take this dwarven spider on as a follower, as a beast follower, to follow you around and aid you in battle.
That's a little disturbing because I'd completely forgotten about that, and I have to say that the little dwarven spider did not appear for Slythe.
Oh, no.
No, he wasn't there. I was wondering what was supposed to be on that little sort of pattern on the floor.
There's nothing there.
Nothing there.
Wow.
So, I
Is
wonder...
he not on a pee break?
He must be. Or they didn't want to pay him OT, so they told him to take a hike.
It
I
really
may
makes...
have to reload that from a save and see if I can make him appear.
Nice. It really makes me wonder that if you adopt a child... Let's see. Is it possible? Can you have children over on Solstheim?
No.
No, you can't. Okay. I was going to say, I wonder if since they are treated like dogs or whatever, if they would ask to adopt it.
Yeah, I don't know whether they did, but I think it will follow you over into the mainland.
Will it? Oh, that's great.
I think so. I've seen it in Gopher's playthrough.
Does he use mods and stuff?
He does. Yeah, he uses lots. So it could be that allowed him to do it, but I've never tried in a vanilla game. So you could try. I know he brought the. He called him Rolly. He brought
the sphere.
The sphere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That to the mainland.
So. Maybe I'll tell Vigilance to go home, and I'll see if the spider wants to follow me home.
Well, I wonder if that's why I didn't see it, because I have a Reekling follower at the moment, and that's treated as a pet as well.
Yeah.
Well, I have a dog following me, and I still saw it. It wouldn't let me adopt it, or not adopt, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me follow me, but I still saw it there.
Well, plus I'm playing with Amazing Follower Tweaks, so I can have up to 30 followers. So
holy
it
crap!
Yeah.
Can you actually have all of them at once? Like follow you into place, or can you just take only a certain number of them with you?
I've never tried more than 4, so I can't tell you. But there are 28 or 30 slots that AFT sets aside for followers. If I have more, I usually leave some behind at wherever house I have at the time or whatever. But yeah, so I can have. I've right now. I normally either take Koznak and Berlina or Koznak and Serana, and then some kind of animal follower like a troll or a Reekling.
That's fun. I just see Victor coming back to Helyarkin Hall and being like, "Hey, there's 30 people partying down in here. What's going on, everybody?"
Yep.
And then you hire out a bard, and you have your house Carl. You got 40 people hanging out in your house. It's a little disco ball drops from the ceiling. Everyone's having a good time.
They're doing alchemy and stuff. Yeah.
That's what the kids call it these days, doing alchemy.
Birdie, Reeklings.
Yes. What are you growing over there in the garden section, kids? Stop that. So, Kalgrimez Gauntlet, we got past the first part here. After you are in the chamber where you first see your dwarven spider, what are those actually called? They have a name. Steadfast, the steadfast dwarven spider. You see yet another closed gate there, sort of off to the side. Like, oh crap, I can't get through this door now. So there's yet another pattern. And you say, oh, geez, well, I guess I have to backtrack all the way down to the original pedestal there and do this pattern. And David, what happens for the second time through? Does it change it up at all?
No,
For
don't ask me. Then gotta feel ashamed to admit that I didn't actually do that quest because I couldn't get all the resonators in time.
Oh, don't sweat it. Have you done it before?
But no, this is all a big spoiler section for me.
Oh no!
Oh no! Plug your ears and say la 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 a bunch here. So yeah, if you the second time, it takes 3 gems, and again it goes through the same rigmarole of the bars popping up and trapping you, and you hear a bunch of steam going off and rumbling and platforms switching and all that. But when they pop down, this time, instead of just dwarven automatons, you have a bunch of fire traps as well. I did, at least. Colin, did that happen with you as well?
Yeah, spinning ones.
Yeah, they have the spinning sort of poles with a fire about halfway up and the blasting fire all around you.
Columns of fiery death.
Yes. And so, basically the same sort of bad guys, right? You have a couple ballistas, a couple spheres, a bunch of spiders running around.
Yeah. They explode with shock spells when you kill them.
Yeah, the spiders do, at least. Do the other ones?
No, just the spiders.
Yeah. And they're usually carrying at least an empty soul gem. Those are always fun to collect all those. I'm still collecting all the soul gems, even though my enchanting's at 100. I've got hundreds of filled soul gems back at Severin Manor, but I still pick up all the soul gems and give them to Ogle and say, "Here you go, buddy. Keep farming those souls for me." So you get the fire traps there, and after you kill all of your dwarven automatons, this time you run up to that other door that was shut before, and in the next segment, you have the opportunity to say hello to a steadfast dwarven sphere. So basically those kind of robot-looking guys who run around on a little ball. And you can also recruit this guy, as Colin alluded to, with the... who is it that you guys watch? What's his name?
Gopher.
That sounds like I need to watch some of his videos.
Oh, you should. They're great. He's got a long series of them.
So he likes to take his dwarven sphere around with him. We're not sure if that's a mod or not, but you can take them back to the mainland Skyrim. That sounds like a good old time. I wonder what kind of comments you get if you just roll up into Whiterun on the main drag there with a steadfast dwarven sphere following you around.
Exactly the
My
same
goodness.
ones. Yeah, the same ones you get when you're riding around on a fiery horse from hell.
Yeah, that's right. In other words, nothing different.
Yeah,
right?
nothing different. They talk to you exactly the same.
Yeah.
You cannot affect your world.
Yeah.
So after that, you see yet another door with 4 lights in the pattern. And this is why you need the 4th Kagramez gem. So you go back down, you backtrack all the way back down to the pedestal in the middle of the room. Place those 4 gems in the pattern that you see above the door yet again. And, of course, the bars pop up again. You hear the rumbling, you hear the hissing, you hear all the dwarven mechanics going off and off and off. And then again, it pops down, and all of a sudden, there's water everywhere. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink. And this water is electrified. So you need your shock resistance on. Or just hop around between the platforms. You cannot step into this water. It'll deplete your health and your magicka. But there's the same sort of, bad guys running around yet again. A couple of the ballista guys, a couple of the spheres, a bunch of spiders. It's just they just make it a little more difficult to hop around the room because of the electrified water. But then after you get rid of all these guys, then of course that last door that you saw the pattern above will unlock for you. And Colin, what are you rewarded? You're rewarded a very special little gift up top.
You are awarded the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate.
And what does the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate do for you?
Everything.
Everything it does. It is black bow because although it is a dwarven shape, it's made from ebony, and it has a 50% chance, isn't it, to absorb every one of the attributes.
Yeah, so it's
Magicka,
kind of
health and stamina.
Yeah, it's sort of like a play on the chaos enchantment a little bit, in that it has a 50% chance of doing 3 different things. Like whereas the chaos enchantment has a 50% chance of doing a fire or frost or shock damage. This one will absorb, stamina or health or magicka from whatever your target is. I believe. Is that how it works?
Yeah. It can do one, or it can do all.
Oh, can it do all 3 in one hit?
It says 50% chance of absorbing each of 3, yeah. Meaning that any given strike you may absorb 1, 2, or 3 attributes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. And of course you cannot disenchant it.
Do archery?
Sorry?
Is anyone actually doing archery?
No.
I do. Yeah, Slythe does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victor plays with it a little bit.
I always do archery. I think it's quite powerful.
That's what everyone says. They're like almost, I would say 90% of the people who play this game are sneaky archers. At least in my experience.
I try not to be a sneaky archer. I was a sneaky archer wood elf in my 360 playthrough, and yeah, that's pretty common.
Yeah.
But I mean, for dragons, you almost, unless you're using magic, having a powerful bow really helps.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. But you don't actually need it. Because you gotta kill, I think 2 dragons in the main quest, and you always got a companion with you. The first time it's a whole set of guards, and the second time it's Delphine.
True.
And then you can bypass any dragon until you get Dragon Rend, and then you don't have to shoot them from the sky anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, I've done okay with it. I rarely ever carry a bow, let alone use one. So I've done okay without it.
Yeah, and Ice Mage is always handy as well because they slow them down as well.
Yeah.
It's really fun to see them slowing down as they're flying past you.
They chucking ice spikes at them, or
yeah, it sort of slows them down.
Yeah, I like that ice spike. I'm starting to try to beef up my destruction magic, and I've got the firebolt and ice spear or ice spike. I don't know which. Is there a difference between the two? Do they both exist?
Ice spike is the firebolt version, and then the icy spear is the fireball version.
Okay, yeah. Well, I like using the iced one, even though I know that won't work on the Karstag. I've taken the Colin's lead in trying to start beef up my destruction magic, so I can use fire. But in the meantime, I'm just using the ice spike, so I can try to start getting that leveled up a little bit.
Well, I can tell you what works on pretty much everything: bows.
Why am I so against it? I don't know why.
I have no idea.
Turned off.
If you're not into sneaky archery, once you get really good with bows, you don't need to sneak anymore.
Yeah.
Especially once you get the Ranger perk, the whole thing turns into an FPS.
What does the Ranger perk do for you?
That's the one where you can move faster with the drawn bow.
Okay. Yeah, I have noticed that.
And it only says faster, but you can just move normally with a drawn bow.
Yeah,
and after that, it becomes Counter-Strike.
Well, that's what I want to avoid.
One-shot Counter-Strike, pretty much.
Oh.
There's a new mod that just came out for archery that actually adds a bash perk to the bow, so you can use it to bash like you would a shield.
Can you not do that anyway?
Well, this one it does more damage.
Okay.
I guess you can, but this one does adds the power bash. I guess is the better way to put it.
They should add a blade front to the front edge of the bow to
a bayonet.
Yeah, pretty much. That'd be sweet. Well, anyone have anything else for the Kagura's Gauntlet? I guess, Colin, that would be you. Do you have any other observations or fun stuff that happening there? There's lots of dwarven ingots and stuff. What was there other treasure in that final chamber?
Yeah, I think it, like random gold and some like enchanted items. I think in the chest there.
Anything useful?
There was a dead centurion. Did you see a dead centurion in there?
Yeah, there totally was a dwarven centurion guy there.
Because I was thinking, because when I first done it, it was like spider, sphere. Oh my god, it's going to be a centurion.
Yeah, I was surprised one didn't pop out at the end.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting for that one to, like, even though he's laying over, like he's already been dealt with, like I kept waiting for him to pop up or something, and like, as soon as I open this chest, he's gonna wake up and come get me or something. But.
And then there's also the 5 gems and 4. You only need 4 gems, but you get 5 gems. So then you spend the next half an hour wandering around finding out where you're going to put the 5th gem.
Yeah.
So,
Up that
I'm
centurion's
kind of
ass.
bummed out now because the way the story went so far, I was kind of expecting, like, yeah, there's a dwarven centurion, and you can recruit him too.
That would be great.
yeah, it looks like somebody got in there and annexed him before. It looks like they were going to, oh, look, you could have had it, but no, he ran out of batteries. Yeah, he ran out of batteries.
Out of steam.
But what I did like was doing Falbathars. Because every time I've done that, I got my ass handed to me when trying to open up that door, when you're using the steam.
Oh, yeah. That steam puzzle. Tell us a little bit about that. Let's get into Falbathars a little bit.
In Falbathars, there's lots of puddles. Well, there is actually.
Colin kept pissing himself. There's puddles everywhere.
Yeah, those damn spiders. There's loads of oil everywhere, so technically there is puddles.
Yeah.
And you can set them on fire. And if you set one of them on fire, the whole lot goes down below you, and it blows all the spiders to hell. You can hear them all exploding because they're oiled spiders and things like that. So.
Kaboom.
So you travel through there, and they have the, I think it's resonators that they have in the, the Dawn quest, but with the ethereal quest, where you have to hit the resonators, spin them around, and it opens doors up.
Yes.
So you're going through that, you're opening up those, and then you get into this room. And I forgot about the gears, where you're jumping across the gears.
Oh yeah. There's a big open main chain above and one below, but in order to get back and forth, there's these gears rotating in the middle, but they're horizontal, so you can use them as platforms, but they're moving at the same time. Oh, there's another example of moving platforms. I guess they're not going back and forth, but they're just spinning. But you have to hop across these moving platforms to get across to one side, and then once you get into that one side, there's ramps that'll take you up, and then you come back out into that main chamber, and you have to go across the other ways and flip other stuff around. Anyway, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I just love that where you get on one, and then if you right next to the resonator and you hit it, it doesn't work because you're on the wrong platform. You have to go to the other platform.
You have to back away a little.
Yeah, hit it with the bow, set that off, and that'll spin you around while you're standing on the platform, and that'll spin you around going in the right direction so you can get into the main building. And that was a lot of fun. But you see some dead guy and you read his diary, and he actually just says, "Why are these cogs here? They serve no purpose, just to be annoying." And you're just like,
I had totally forgotten about this one. As you're talking about it, I'm reading on USP. I completely forgot about this. I've done it once before, a long time ago.
And you get through that, and then you come up against this door you cannot open, and there's this dead guy, and he's standing at this platform. Looking at all these lights, 20 I think it is, there's 20 lights.
Yeah.
And there's like these resonators on either side. And if you hit one with bow and arrow, it will set off the steam to go through certain amounts, so it'll activate 4 of them, and then another one will activate 6 of them, and one of them. And if you read the diary, it gives you a hint of which one does what. But basically, it's just trial and error. You hit one, but then if you go over 20, so if you do like a 13 and then an 18, and you go over the 20, the whole place goes to hell. Was it the all lights up red because you haven't chosen the exact number.
You've overfilled the steam or something, and it causes the whole system to go berserk.
Yeah, and then you get all these dwarven spiders coming flying out at you.
Yeah, you get spheres and ballistas. Yeah, the whole lot.
And where you stand, there's 2 of those traps where the blades shoot up out of the ground and spin.
Yeah, those damn helicopter blades. Those are horrible.
And this are my very... I've done this nearly every time that I've done a playthrough that I've gone to Solstheim, and I just found out you can turn the resonators off.
What?
You hit the one, the one that you hit, that's 13.
Uh-huh.
If you hit, again, the same one again, it undoes it, so it goes all the way back to being off. So
I did not know that.
Neither did I, until this playthrough, where you hit the same one twice, it undoes it. So if you work out mathematically, you can actually find it and open it without ever going over the certain amount.
Wow, I could have saved myself a lot of blood and pain. No, that's one of my favorite puzzles in the game, actually. I like
I think it's the only complicated one, I think.
Yeah, I mean, David was saying how all the puzzles are really simple. That one actually gave me some trouble the first time, maybe first time or 2 even that I played it. But this time I went in there and I actually knew which 3 I had. I think it's set up so that there's like the big wheel in the middle with all the lights in them. There's 3 of those resonators on each side, and you have to hit them in a specific not a specific order, but hit the specific ones correctly that add up to 20, like you were saying. I mean, now that I know the pattern, it's no big deal. But this is definitely one of the more challenging puzzles in the game at first.
For Skyrim.
Yeah, for Skyrim. Yeah. But I enjoy the Nishardok. Or no, Falbthar. Sorry, wrong Dwemer Ruin. Falbthar. So what else happens in there? Is there...
I can't remember. After that, you go through, you get up, and then that's where you get the Visage of Mizund.
And can you remind us what that the Visage of Mizund is?
While you're wearing it, you can call on a power that shoots steam like out of your mouth or out of the mask, the same as a dwarven centurion does. Oh, yeah. You go. That's how you get into it. You go into this room, and there's some albino spiders on the floor. You kill them. You go up either side, and there's a dwarven ballista master on either side. You got to kill them.
Those fuckers.
And then you've got the key to be able to get in is you have to use dwarven. What's it? The ones that glow red. Dynamo core.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, I haven't got any. But luckily enough, there's 2 dwarven centurions standing right either side of the gate. So you have to go and attack them, kill them, and take the dynamo core off of each one, and then put it in, and that'll open up the gate to let you get through and go in and get the Visage of Mizund.
I luckily had 2 of those dynamo cores on me, so I just kind of snuck in and was like, shh, be very quiet, don't wake those guys up. Just sneak up, put them in, just hush, be quiet.
Well, if you ever want to party, hit both of them at the same time.
There you go. Slam dance. So yeah, and that's like kind of the final battle there, I would assume, and get the Visage of Mizund's the Dwemer helmet with the steam blast power.
That's it.
Have you used it much? Is it useful?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, not at all.
Magic. Not good in this game. Not at all.
I haven't used it at all. Not that it's not useful at all.
Yeah.
No, I haven't used it at all. So.
Okay.
I also done, as you're saying, what else we done? I done Benkong Greeky.
Oh, okay.
That cave with all the Reeklings in it. And it turns out there's a black book in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was the
How
one
many
Michael-
black books are there in all? Are there 6?
Sure. 6. Yeah, 6 or 7.
I think it's 6. Yeah.
I thought that I worked in all 6 of them into our playthrough. I'm not sure if I did or not now. But
Back here.
what was that one called, Colin?
It was in the cave, Bencon Greek. Oh, the book.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Is it Sallow Regent?
Sallow Regent. No idea. I don't even know why I asked. I wouldn't have been able to tell you otherwise.
Wait a sec. I got it on the Facebook.
I'm looking through to see what's in here. Waking Dreams was the epistolary action. I don't think you put all of them in here.
Whoops.
Hidden Twilight. And Untold Legends, Filament and Filigree.
Yeah, because that's another one. I came across the Nordic ruin where all those spiders are going to be. And I think there's a black book in there where Dukan is, because we haven't faced Dukan. I think he's the next one of the one after.
Look at Saturday, January 10th.
Yeah, that's Untold
Quest
Legends.
number 22.
Yeah.
Quest number 22. Lost Knowledge. You find the black book, Sallow Regent. You fight Dukan, and you find Untold Legends.
Right. That's not the one then.
That's not it.
No, it's in Bencon Greek. It's where you get the. Try looking up the son. What's the name of the guy? The Dremora, where you can sell stuff to.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, Michael just found that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Michael, where is that, buddy?
Yeah, someone's playing too much World of Warcraft. Looked at the
Untold Legends.
We need that for our game.
Beacon Greeky, the Black Book Untold Legends, it says.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the Lost Legend one. Yeah, so I've skipped ahead. I was just searching out Bencon Greeky. It's right near. You know where we got the first word for Ben Will, up where that dragon is.
Oh yeah, up at that peak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the cave right next to there. So I was just in there killing what's his name, or killing Reeklings, and I got all the way down to the bottom, and then there was that book.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. Which guy did you pick? Did the merchant, the butler?
Yeah, the merchant.
The merchant. Yeah, that seems pretty useful. Yeah, with my stamina so high, there's no reason for me to use the butler. Or bardic knowledge. It summons a spectral drum that plays for you, increasing your stamina regeneration.
Yawn.
Yeah, so basically there's only one useful thing there.
Yeah.
He does
That
sell
merchant
stuff.
is cool.
Yeah, he only sells Daedric stuff though.
Well, shit, that's pretty useful. I like the
Yeah,
Daedric stuff.
I don't think I ever bought a thing from him. I always sell to him.
Yeah, I outfitted was Aethys with all Daedric stuff because I was short one dragon soul to be able to get all 3 of Bend Will and all 3 of Dragon Aspect. I needed one more Dragon Soul, so I hop, skipped, and jumped back to Skyrim for a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're lucky if you can harvest a Dragon Soul on Solstheim. Usually Merak will try to cut in and steal your soul off you before you can even get him. Hey, Colin,
Actually, I think I had him appear in Skyrim as well.
Merak did?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. He's
Once you start Dragonborn, well, once you've met him, any dragon you kill, there's a certain chance that he appears and steals the soul.
wow.
I think it was on Skyrim.
He's got a long arm there. Jeez.
Yeah.
I know what's his name, Neloth will follow you. It's very, very rare, but he'll follow you back to... If he gives you that quest to...
the Briarheart thing?
Yeah, the necropsy.
Yeah.
If you go back to Skyrim and then you don't go back to him after a very long time, he comes to you. And I think... I'm sure I've heard this where he comes to you and goes, "Excuse me, I sent you off on a mission to get me blah, 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 blah."
I love Neloth.
That'd be really funny to see him pop up. That's cool.
Yes, I read it somewhere and somebody was saying they had a bug where he wouldn't get... I think they followed him back to Windhelm, but he wouldn't get back on the ship, so he couldn't get back, and his game was bugged because Neloth wouldn't go back to Solstar.
Oh, no.
So,
he should have hurried up and gone and got that Briarheart. Jeez.
yeah.
That's funny. Hey, speaking of Dremora stuff from a few minutes ago, Colin, you said you would summon a Dremora guy to go fight for you in some case. And there's a Call of Valor shout as well. Do you have a preference? Do you like the Dremora guy over like the ancient Dragonborn?
If I use the dragon shout, then that's it. I'm done for shouts.
Yeah.
Because it's quite lengthy.
It is super long, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, so I prefer to summon the Dremora Lord and get to use the shouts.
So you could have two of the guys at once. Yeah, that's a better plan. Yeah, I've been using that Call of Valor every once in a while. I like the guy pops up ghost, and I like that he ragdolls almost everything. He does the Fusaro Da. He's got a pretty powerful Fusaro Da. He'll hop out and ragdoll those Dremora Lords like they're nothing. Or the Draugr Death Lords, I mean.
Yeah, I like what's her face when she shows up? Oh, I can't remember her name.
Feldir?
I won't remember, I'll tell you that much.
One of the Nordicers, because you get either Hakon, Feldir, or... what's her name?
Or the third lady.
Begins with a G, I think. Yeah, I like her when she shows up.
I tried calling Odahviing on Solstar, but that doesn't work, I guess.
Not too far
no, because actually what happens when you call Odahviing, he takes off from the throat of the world, and it might take a while for him to get to where we are right now, and he's not flying over to Solstar.
That makes sense. Takes longer than the duration of the shout.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you've done Dawnguard, you can get Durnavir.
Yeah, I have. I just didn't think of that.
You think our little Dragonborns actually have problems remembering the names of all the people they killed? That one girl as a companion, she sometimes walks past you and says, "Hey, I killed a bear today. Did you kill anything?" Was it 5 or 4 dragons? I'm not sure. Then there was that dragon priest. What's his face? Yeah.
That's right.
Then there's that guy that walks around asking me if I've been to the Cloud District.
That dick. Of course you haven't.
Nazim.
Yeah.
Hey,
I kill him on a regular basis.
Is that third person Gormlaith?
Gormlaith.
Gormlaith?
Yeah, that's it.
Variants count. They're not really alive, but neither are vampires. So, I killed them today.
Yeah.
I find it quite funny, right? Because you see my picture of Gunvar compared to Lydia. I put up in the Facebook group where he's like about 1.5 feet shorter than her. It's so bad that sometimes I actually have to pull out into third person to see if I'm actually sneaking or not. He's that short. And the weirdest thing is if you go up to Aethys when he's not your companion, when he's not your follower, and he's just at the companions, and you're the Harbinger. He looks at you and he goes, "Oh, I thought the Harbinger would have been taller." And I was like, "You son of a bitch." Yeah. It's so bad. Sometimes I'm looking at doors and the handle of the door is eye height.
That's hilarious. That's really funny. Well, what else have we been doing in Skyrim, gentlemen? Do you have any other stories, any side quests, any other adventures you've been getting into, Victor or David?
Yeah, sure. I did everything again, as I told you.
Oh God, that's
You
right.
played through the whole main quest, the dragon quest, and everything.
Main quest, companion quest, yep, all of that.
Wow,
And I
you've been
really gotta
busy.
say, the companion quest is really starting to grow on me, like as my favorite little. Because you're always with someone. It's such a great quest if you're not that strong already.
Yeah.
There's always someone by your side, and it makes it all the more powerful when in the Tomb of Isgrumal, one by one says, I can't go any further.
Yeah.
And I think, the only one who follows you all the way to the end is Ayla the Huntress, because she apparently doesn't really care a lot about all that, spiders move into.
Yeah, it's too bad she sucks.
But she doesn't suck.
She sucks.
Yeah,
What's your
I
beef with
love
Ayla?
that first line when you first meet her, and she says, "We are brothers and sisters in honor, and we go where we're needed if the coin's good enough." I'm thinking, what? That's like, what a ridiculous statement that is. Honor, but only if the coin's good enough. Yeah, right.
That's the most honorable thing there.
Yeah.
The only honourable one there, well, the only two is Farkas and the leader, what's his name, the Harbinger.
Kodlak, yeah.
Kodlak, yeah, they're the only two honourable ones there.
Yeah.
Because even Vilka says to it, he goes, I hear what my brother says about honour, but I just do it for the money.
Yeah. I do like
I think the thing about Ayla is, and I'm not sure whether this is intended or not, but she really embraces the whole werewolf thing. And she has sort of a dog-like quality to her. I mean, she says after you're done with the quest, I trust you, just to follow you, I'll follow you, sure. Good dog.
Yeah, but the sniffing at the crotch gets tiresome after that.
Yeah, really.
Who knew and didn't tell me that after Kodlak dies, that you can forge ancient Nordic weapons at the Skyforge?
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, you have to collect stuff from the Draugr, right? You have to
you take the ancient Nord swords and steel ingots, and you go up to the Skyforge, so you can, and some stuff comes out. You can forge ancient Nordic armor, and like an ancient Nordic hero sword, which does like insane amounts of damage. I mean, if you just do the companions, you get it's like 30 damage or something like that. It's his base damage. It's
Can you smith a pickaxe?
Probably haven't talked to Earl Greymane.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him. I didn't listen to him.
that the Skyforge feels more alive, as he puts it.
Yeah. I
And this is
remember.
like your cue. Oh, maybe I should use the Skyforge and see what's up there, and then you see all these additional recipes.
Huh.
Something comes under Daedric as well, or something like that. Yeah, you got.
Yeah, the classified as Daedric.
Yeah, I read about it. I'd never tried it, but I knew that could be done. But I haven't been doing much of anything with Scythe, I have to admit. I've been playing other characters in other games, so...
Have you gotten into anything fun?
Game-wise or character-wise?
Either or.
Oh, I've been developing my family of Nords some more and playing with various new mods. There's a big new overhaul mod called Percus Maximus that I've been playing with, and
Percus Maximus.
Yeah, it's the successor to Skyrim. It's a monument to the author's ego, basically. He's a real, frankly, well, I won't say because this is. But yeah, but it's interesting anyway. So I haven't been playing. I've only been playing Scythe as much to do the Roundtable and not much else, I'm afraid.
And I do the same thing. I play Gunvar for one day. I'll have a day off and I'll do all my quests. Hopefully, like 2 days or 3 days before we do this.
Yeah.
And I just spend the entire day doing all the quests. It's a lot of fun. It's really great playing it like that, like doing the whole thing just in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that too. It's a really good immersion.
Yeah.
But I've been playing some Dragon Age Inquisition and a couple other small games that I bought. So that's been fun.
How's it going? How's the Dragon Age? Can your dragon beat up my dragon?
No, not yet. I must say, I played when it first came out. I played up to around level 5, and then I went away for a road trip. And I don't know how much. Are you playing it on the 360 or?
I'm not playing it on anything.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay. But it's David. Have you played it at all?
What, Dragon Age Inquisition? No,
Yeah.
not yet. I'm planning to get it.
Have you played the other two?
I've played the first one, and I think I read the reviews about the second, and it's somewhere in the basement in its shrink wrap.
You should play it, actually. My daughter, who's a big gamer and whose opinion I trust, likes the second one very much, but it didn't get great reviews.
I don't know what it is about that game, but women seem to like it. Both Edie Sellers from the Game House and that one girl from Gamers with Clubs, they're way into it.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. I don't know why. I guess I'll have to play it just to form my own opinion, but never got around to it. But
Inquisition's fun. I playing it on the computer though was horrible, so I had to shift over to using a controller. The mouse controls suck. But anyway, I went away and I didn't bring my controller with me, so I couldn't play it for a while. So I haven't really gotten that far in it. But it's a great game. It's very pretty. I know Juan is playing the heck out of it. So maybe next time when he's on, he'll regale us some more about it.
I think he made up this nephew's birthday party BS so he can go out with Dragon Age.
Probably.
Yeah. Does your nephew have wings?
Yeah, in fact, my daughter was just texting me. She's been playing right now, and she just got brutally killed by a giant dragon. In fact, so
Who's playing Skyrim on a console here?
That's me.
How?
Me.
I don't get it. How? Because
I played a lot of hours on my 360 in Skyrim.
So I wanted to show Skyrim to my sister, and I thought it might be a good idea to hook up my PC to Pictel and plug in my Xbox 360 controller and play Skyrim like that. How hard can it be? Turns out, very hard.
Actually, there's some parts with the...
I can't, and I totally get people who don't think archery is any good if they play with a controller. It doesn't work that way. You don't play shooters with a controller.
Really?
Oh.
It's funny because I had no trouble with it at all. And one of the things I like better with the controller is the analog stick. You can vary your sneak, whereas on the PC it's on or off. You walk forward or you don't. With a controller, you actually have control over your walking speed, which is really great.
Yeah, I like to stroll sometimes, especially when I'm going through Dragon's Reach and places like that. And, I like to stroll. I don't like to either walk or run. I like to do an in-between, sort of walk behind. Because you can't follow, with a PC, you can't follow behind an NPC and keep tabs with them. You either got to run past them and then slow down for them to catch up, or you can never do it, but with a controller you can.
Yeah.
Is it possible to... Sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me, it's what the left shift keys for.
David, your microphone is really fuzzing up there. I don't know what's going on with that.
It's a very bad headset. Anyways, you can do that with the left shift key.
Yeah, no, but you've only got the two options, don't you? You can only do either walk,
right?
Or
you can
run,
sprint, or walk.
Yeah, but
with
it's
the
binary.
It's either or. With the controller, you can actually choose your speed. You can either run really fast, or you can sort of jog, or you can sort of saunter, sashay.
Yeah, it's sort of infinitely variable. It's a lot easier to sneak very, very slowly
So much better than with the analog stick. At least for me, I guess I haven't got enough training with the controller, but it seems like a steep learning curve.
Oh, by the way, did anybody see Andrew's epic post the other day about where he might be getting or changing his preferred gaming system?
No.
You posted about updating, didn't you, Mr. Myers?
Yeah, but that's probably that was sort of maybe getting ready for the Elder Scrolls 6, though. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant. It was for Elder Scrolls 6. But,
yeah. No, definitely. By then, I hope to, I want to go ahead and buy a gaming PC now, but, with a little one on the way, I've got all of my extra cash and the mama's maternity leave fund wrapped up. So.
Yeah. Yep.
But, because I would also like to edit this show myself, so I would like a nice little PC to do some audio editing and some gaming, which, I could totally just plop down the bucks for right now, but I figure with a baby on the way, I should probably do the responsible thing and not waste all my money on games.
Well, you can build one slowly, buy a part here and there and eventually build up a nice little desktop PC.
Yeah. Well, my first and foremost, my priority should be helping out with the editing of the show, because I'm the one who likes the show to be 3.5 hours fucking long. So,
yeah, and which is what it is right now.
I just like it to be like 4 hours long, and then I pass the responsibility of editing the damn thing off to someone else. It's out of my hands. What, guys? What's your problem? But no, you're right. I do want to go to PC. Do any of you plug a controller in to your computer to play?
Yeah, that's how I play Dragon Age.
Okay.
Depends on the game. It's just controlled better with a controller. Like, has anyone played Transistor?
Nope.
I have it, but I have not played it. It was on sale.
Victor just buys things when they're cheap.
It's the sequel to Bastion. No,
right.
It's not the. No, it's not really the sequel to Bastion. It's the second game of games, and I guess it's similar to Bastion, but then again, it's totally not. And Bastion is also a game that I can highly recommend.
Nice.
I've heard it was good. Yeah.
Very.
Well, speaking of controller issues, I don't know if anyone else has run across this. I am not sure if this is my problem only or if this is a common problem, but I play on the PS3, and a couple years ago when I first got Skyrim, my controller worked fine and everything was honky-dory, but eventually it started getting to the point where the controller would start getting a mind of its own, and then the character would just start jumping randomly. He would shout randomly. It would pop up menus out of nowhere, and I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? And then I kind of like whack the controller against my hand a little bit, and it would calm down eventually. But I got a new controller, then it started happening with that controller too, and I'm on my 4th PS3 controller at this point.
Wow.
And
these controllers work fine with other games? These are kind of
you know what? I would love to answer
killing your controllers. That would be.
I would love to answer that question, but I haven't played another game in the last 2 years. So. That is a good. I should actually test that out and pop in a different game to see if it's doing that, because
Batman's still sitting in its saran wrap.
It is, yeah. I bought the new Arkham Origins game, and it's still just sitting there on the game shelf. I also got the Lego Marvel Superheroes game last Christmas, and
That's supposed to be epic.
Yeah, the Lego games are good. Yeah,
I haven't played that either. Yeah, I loved the Lego Star Wars, and we played the Lego Harry Potter and the Lego Indiana Jones. We played all those, but ever since I've gotten Skyrim, that's basically the only game I've really played. But my controller again. I'm on my 4th controller. It's now getting a mind of its own again. It will work for 20 or 30 minutes, and then as soon as a lot of things start happening on the screen and I try to sprint, all of a sudden I'll shout, then I'll start jumping up and down, then I'll draw my weapon, then put it away, then draw my weapon, then put it away, then draw my weapon, then put it away. I'm like, oh man, what is going on?
Are these wireless or wired?
Yeah, they're wireless. It's just the...
You sure it's not the kid next door who's trying to play your game?
Maybe. God.
Yeah, they're getting a crossed connection there.
It's. I don't even know what's happening, but I just thought I would express that to see if any of our listeners maybe have the same problem. If it's Skyrim, if it's the controllers, if my PS3 has a mind of its own, if there's a master reset somewhere that I can press on either the controller or the PS3 or whatever.
Well,
I
just in case it's your PS3, grab yourself a USB stick and back up your saves.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do notice that on the PC, I get lots of problems with the dialogue. Whereas when you're going over the dialogue option, you can choose the wrong one. You know, you point the arrow in a certain one, and then you click it, but for some reason that wasn't the one highlighted. So you could choose something completely wrong and end up being somebody's enemy, where you're trying to be their friend. And
yeah, I've had to reload saves because of that a couple times because it's.
Wow, I could see that being problematic. Yeah.
Yes. It's a big pain in the ass. There are a couple of mods that are supposed to fix it, but they don't. And you have to double click on an option sometimes because it doesn't activate the first time you click on it. Yeah, it's a giant pain.
Weird.
I've also had the one where it's like a double tap, where I press it twice. And, and it pick up something. And then it'll pick up the bowl as well, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Colin has 100 buckets in his inventory.
Yeah. Also,
that's got nothing to do.
Dialogue options with your directional keys.
Yeah, but I do that where you press E.
If you scroll all the way up, then it will always be the first one, which will actually be highlighted, and then work your way down from there. But I'm very aware of the problem.
Yeah.
No.
Sucks. Especially with interesting NPCs, because it's just like this endless dialogue and so.
Oh my god!
You pick the wrong thing every time.
Yeah,
they're kind of horrible. Have you been doing some of those 3D NPC quests, Colin? Because I always kind of shy away. It's a great mod. It's huge. It's really well done and all that. But because of all those endless conversations, I sort of shied away from it for a long time. But some of those quests are really good.
Yeah, there's a great one where you go. I think you go through Brittleship Pass. You know, the one where you go through one end, which is like in Whiterun Hold, and you go through British Hill Pass, and you come out, and then you're in Falkreath Hold. Right.
You're at the lake there. Yep. Yeah.
If you go up through there, where that necromancer is, where he's got all the skeletons, there's a girl trapped in one of the cages. But she's not in the vanilla game. She's added by interesting NPCs, and you can take her on as a follower. And she has her own mini quest where her sister was kind of like a mage, and she's got scars on her face. And then you get taken away. Was it
sold her into slavery or something?
Yeah, no. You get you get summoned away, so she has her own ending. It's not actually in the Skyrim world anymore.
Huh.
And you speak to her sister, and it's really big. And when she goes, because she lives in Falkreath, and she goes into Falkreath, and the guy has set it up so she can talk to Ognar, the guy, the barkeep.
Oh yeah, he's done that with several of them. In fact, yes. Yeah, it's really cool.
So he goes in there and she'll say something to him, and then he'll goes on, well, I only do skeever liver, so if you don't like skeever liver, get out of here. He goes, no, I love your skeever liver. So
yeah, there's the guy, the young man in Riverwood, Hjoramir, who interacts with the smith, Alvor. It's a really great mod. It's so well done. In fact, there's also another sister added, is the sister of the iron mine owner in Dawnstar, who is another interesting NPC's character, and she's actually now married to one of my Nords.
Attaboy.
I haven't gotten to the NPCs. I found a guy in Whiterun. But the thing is that he says he's a Breton, but when I was looking at him on, Amazing Follower Tweaks, it says he wasn't resistant to anything. He didn't have any special abilities, so it was really weird. Like, when I look at all the other ones, they have, like, if she's a Nord, she's, like, 50% resistant to cold and things like that. But this old guy, I can't find any. Maybe he's, like, Andrew's elder, that guy. Maybe there's
no race associated.
Is he the guy that talks slowly? He's in the Bannered Mare.
That's him, yeah.
He's one of the... he's one of those sort of endless conversations that go nowhere. There's Valgus, who's a healer or a restoration mage that you meet. He's got another long quest associated with him.
I haven't even met him.
You find him over by, what's that fort? If you leave Solitude and go up the hill past Meridia's Beacon, and then just down the road and across the road, there's a fort up there. You'll find Valgus up there.
Nice. I can't wait to get into that. Excuse me.
We're kind of running on here. Sorry about that, Andrew.
Oh, no, it's fine. As I was running around today before my controller started cracking out again, I actually found my first Chaos enchantment weapon that was not the Champion's Cudgel, so I finally can confirm that actually happens. I found a Chaos bow somewhere. And also I found a third... I think we found the Ancient Nordic pickaxe, of course, from... what was his name? Glover or whatever. Then there was one up at the summit where we got the Bend Will Shout. At least I found one up there in that chest. I found another one today at Mosering Pass. Has anyone been to Mosering Pass?
Not that I know of.
It's if you go up the path of that mountain up in the middle central of Solstheim, there's a pass that you go through, and there's a bunch of Reeklings around it.
I know the spot.
And there's a boat that's been flipped upside down, and it's called like a mysterious vessel or something like that. But it's a boat that's been flipped upside down. But if you go in there, there's all sorts of Dwemer steam pumps and stuff going on in there. It's a really weird combination of boat and old Dwemer technology and stuff. But in there, I found another ancient Nordic pickaxe in the Mosering Pass. Also, on that same path, there's the Altar of Thrond, and there's a cave there with a bunch of hag ravens. And I thought that was really cool, go in there and get some hag raven claws and hag raven feathers. There's 3 of them, and they're all named. So I'm not sure if I stumbled onto a quest or something, but they're named hag ravens. They're not just generic.
I heard something about that. Isn't that I think somebody was saying it was a continuation of the Companions quest. They're associated with the hag ravens that you killed in the Companions quest.
The Glenmoral witches or whatever?
Yeah, I think I'm making it up. I've heard that somewhere, that there's something to do with something else.
Well, it very well could be, but if you're looking for those, check out the Altar of Thrond cave there. It's got the hag ravens. Also, I was just wandering around out in the wilderness, and I came upon a netch that was nowhere near any water. It was just sort of like floating around. And then a hunter came up to me and said, "Oh, we're in for the feel of the hunt. Would you like to join us in victory, brother?" And da 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 da. And then I just sat there. And I was like, well, these guys, yes, I will join in your hunt. This sounds great. Awesome. Let's go get this netch. But then I put heal other in both of my hands and just started healing the netch as the netch went around and killed all the hunters.
That's cool.
And I don't know what possessed me to do that. I just thought that was funny, so I thought I would mention that real quick.
Probably because you thought the same thing that I thought. Is like you looked at the hunters, like 6 of them, and then you looked, it's a netch.
Yeah, it's not a baby netch or something too. Yeah,
it was a baby netch. Well, there's a family of netches, isn't it? At least it was for me.
There was just one on my play, but
really?
Yeah,
it's a random spawn or something.
Yeah, so I just sat there and I was healing the netch, and as it was whipping all the hunters, so it took a while, but he finally got through all of them.
Oh, good.
And I got to loot them. They didn't have much interesting, just some skull furs or skull hats or whatever, and a little bit of gold. but not much. I just thought that was funny. I thought I would share that too.
Cool.
By the
but-
way, you
yeah.
all found out who this Glover guy actually is?
Oh yeah.
And he has something to do with the Thieves Guild, is that right?
That's an interesting NPC right there. And while you were talking about that mod that adds more interesting NPCs, I thought there should be a mod that makes the existing NPCs more interesting, and I'm specifically talking about Sapphire.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Her story never really develops, does it?
No. Well, sort of, kind of, because that dude is her dad.
Oh.
That's right. Of course.
Yeah, you find the note in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, which I found highly disappointing, one of the kids I almost always adopted whenever I play a character to adopt children is Dirta, because her parents always get killed by dragons.
Jeez.
Alvor's kid.
Yeah.
And she had so many ambitions about becoming a blacksmith, and I adopted her, and we moved to Proudspire Manor, and it's got a forge in the basement, and what did you do?
Oh, nice.
Nothing! Girly stuff. Why?
See,
Tell her to
Alvor
get to
never
work.
gets killed by dragons in my playthroughs. He always gets killed by vampires.
Yeah, the stupid vampires kill everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They killed the Sibyl's dad. That was kind of weird too. You know when you have to free the new Sibyl of Bella?
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
I usually I just have to go, but I wanted to hear his dialogue, and it's not that great, really. Don't just believe him. And he traveled with me to Markarth, and we arrived during night, and of course it was a vampire attack. He got killed, and all she did was yell, "Oh my God, dead body!" and ran away.
I still haven't done that quest.
Hey, Victor, you use the UESP a lot, correct?
Only when we're doing this. Well, no, I do. Yes.
I was just curious as to how this works. If you go to any of the quest pages, like right now I'm on the Dragonborn, the Kagura's Gauntlet page. If you scroll all the way down under the notes section, there's a section called Quest Stages, and it has a bunch of different numbers running down the side of stages. And then I was just wondering, like, it has a bunch of different objectives. Like this one says Objective 10. Like, what do these numbers actually mean?
They are
different stages. It goes from like 10. This one only goes 10 to 250, and then it has a bunch of quests omitted from the table.
well when you're if you're setting you can set the stage using the console commands, and so each stage is numbered so that you can set yourself forward or set yourself at a particular spot in a quest. That's what
Okay.
the
This
numbers are.
is for PC.
It's for PC
only.
console
Okay.
commands. Yeah.
I keep looking at those things, wondering like, what am I supposed to do with this information? Okay, so it gives you like the console commands and all that. Okay,
Right. If you go to a more complex quest, you'll find a whole long list of them, and you just issue the command set stage and then 250, and it will take you to. That's how I tried to fix my Ethereal Crown or the Ethereum quest, but it didn't work.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, so all of you PC users out there, I'm sure all of you knew that by now, but if not, there's some information for you. Quest stages, it gives you where you need to go to backtrack or go forward if you get a bug or something.
All that's.
slips
I mean,
up on you.
also on USP, if you search for Skyrim console, it'll give you all those commands. It'll show you what they all do and how to use them. And all the ID up there, you'll see the DLC Kagramez QST. That's another console issue. You can get all the info about the quest by typing help and then the quest ID.
Okay,
in
cool.
the console.
There's a nifty little command that gives you every spell available. Well,
Yep.
every spell in the game. Not
There
just
is?
available.
Oh yeah,
Everything, and there's some weird stuff in there.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Get you all the shouts or whatever. That'd be fun.
Oh, you can give yourself everything. You can give yourself 1,000,000 gold, and there's a very simple command. It's TGM, toggle God mode, and it just makes you invincible. So
Also on the PC, you can just mod the ini files, for example, remove the boundaries. So whenever it says you can't go there, it just doesn't say that, and you just can progress and walk deep into some glitched out version of Morrowind.
Right.
Yeah, just swim and swim until you fall through the bottom of the ocean or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Now that's where you fall off the edge of the turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. There be dragons.
Oh, one other thing I wanted to ask you guys about, and the mission, was it Lost Legacy, where you go to the Velox, his little chamber there. They were talking about how it opened up because of an earthquake. Was that a recent event? Are there still earthquakes going on because of the Red Mountain eruption 200 years ago? Are they still having like aftershocks from that, or has this been open for 200 years?
Well, the mountain's still erupting, so
it's still erupting. Do you ever get any? I don't ever see any like earthquakes. Do you guys ever get any effects or anything?
No.
I think the only actual earthquake effect you get is during Lost to the Ages.
Lost to the Ages.
Yeah. Where you get the you finally find the Ethereum port.
Yeah, the bow or wherever she fell off, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you strip her down, and she said, "You could have at least left me with some clothes."
I always keep my armor on. Come on, decency.
Yeah, I'll wait until she leaves. Come on, Andy. You're a gentleman.
That's what I do with all my lovers.
Right here.
Okay. So it was a recent event, then opened that up. I was just confused. I wish they would still have. I wish they would have an earthquake shake every once in a while. Then, if that's still going on, you know what I mean.
You can have one if you go back to Skyrim and try and read one of the books. You get a little shaky there.
Oh yeah, there you go. And it says, you are now dreaming of Solstheim or something. What's it say? I don't even remember what it says.
Yeah, I don't remember either. You get a gleaming vision of Solstheim, or Solstheim passes through your mind or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, does anybody else have any interesting little fun tidbits or adventures or anything they'd like to bring up before we sign off for the evening here?
No, I think I'm all tapped out here.
Yeah, same here.
Colin, are you going to do a narrative? You did that. Is it going to be on this next one that is posted?
I don't know. I think it's... sorry, Michael is putting it on the...
listener episode, right?
Yeah, on the listener channel, or the feedback episode. I think it's...
Well, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, I got to do something for that. Yeah.
Well, get on it, Victor.
Yeah.
So he's...
Did someone challenge you to do something, Victor?
No, actually, well, yeah, Colin did, but then I did the challenge right away, so...
Yeah, I did my challenge too, but I told him that he could feel free to hold it back into the listener feedback episode, which I think he did, so...
Yeah, he's holding them all. Yeah, I sent one in as well, of the one you guys sent me.
Great. Cool. I'm interested to hear that the stupid shell bug helmet, because I still want to go make that myself. I still have never gotten around to making that damn shell bug helmet.
Yeah, I'm glad that nobody came up with the bone hawk, because I've never been able to make that. I still can't find the ingredients.
Yeah, I don't even know where the bone hawk is. Is that a specific hawk you have to kill, or I've never looked into it?
I've killed hawks. I've killed hawks with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, but is there a specific one that is the bone hawk?
Well, it's a hawk, not a bone hawk, sorry. I've killed a hawk and I've taken its feathers, but I can't get the skull and the ingredients. I have no idea where they are.
Nice.
Haven't even get the Space Core helmet yet.
Sorry?
Wait, do you guys get that on the console at all?
What's that?
The Space Core helmet.
Ooh.
I don't believe so.
That was the first mod that came through the Steam Workshops.
Huh.
Yeah, when they opened the Steam Workshop for Skyrim, the first mod was the something of the Space Core from Portal 2.
Oh, really?
Oh,
It drops from space and tells you a lot of crap about space. Like and even sometimes in the loading screens you get things like space is the thing that you see above the Tamriel when you tilt your head backwards.
The final frontier.
Yeah.
And you can take that to the Atronach Forge, and you can make a little, portal sphere-like looking.
Oh, that's
cabin
cool.
for you, though.
That's cool.
All right, so now I know what I'm doing for the next listener challenge for Colin. He's going to go find some bone hawk skulls.
Makes it kind of fit like Portal 2 and Skyrim, same universe.
Wait till you hear that feedback, what I had to go through.
I'm excited to hear it. I always try to listen to it live now that he's broadcasting live on YouTube.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, he's. I think he's going to have a few of Victor's screenshots for it as well. So I'm going to.
Oh, nice!
Can't wait to see that.
I sent in a few. I sent in a few pictures too. Not that minor, like high def screen caps of PC play, but better than nothing, I guess. So, do you think anyone would be interested in listening to this mess live? Should we do the same thing that Michael does and let this be listenable or viewable to people who want to watch it on YouTube? Because we have the capabilities to do that.
Well, you already load up the video, don't you, onto YouTube?
Yeah, it automatically it does that automatically for us.
Yeah.
So they can watch it post anyway, but we could actually have it live and open it up where people could write in questions to the side, where we open up the little chat to the side here. So people could write in questions or anyone doing feedback. And I don't even know if we have enough listeners to have any sort of interest in that.
We'll find out quickly, won't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're the wrong people to answer that question, right?
Well, hey guys out there, write into us. Give us an email. And we can watch live. You can chat with us. We'll talk to you as we're doing this live on the air.
I'll keep on reading. Colin, you're wrong. Colin, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I don't mind reading that again and again.
All right, gentlemen. If that is that, then I will go ahead and say our little goodbyes for the evening. I would like everyone to state your name and your character's name and where you're calling in from. Colin, we'll start with you.
Hi, my name's Colin. Calling in from Essex, England. My character's name is Gunvar Oakenmaster.
And David, where are you calling in from, sir?
I'm from a little town called Rottgau, near Frankfurt, Germany. I play Kiana, my trusted Khajiit.
Very nice to hear from you. Thank you for joining us again. And Victor, sir.
Victor calling in from Northampton, Massachusetts, and my character's name is Slythe Aaron.
I am Andrew, and I am playing with the character Mania Ababna, a Red Guard. And just like to thank everyone for tuning in to our little broadcast here. We always enjoy all of our listeners. We encourage everyone to join up and do a play-along or join us on the podcast if you feel so inclined. New participant inquiries and play-along feedback can be sent to SkyrimRoundtable@gmail.com. Please upload a picture of your character to @a_Skyrim_addict on Twitter or in the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/a Skyrim Addict podcast. Please use the hashtag Skyrim Roundtable. Special thanks to Dan Bull for allowing us to use his music for the intro and outro on the show. Your 5-star iTunes reviews are always greatly appreciated. Please stay tuned for any audio feedback or play along. And thanks to our listeners for tuning in. And happy Skyrim.
Who's rapping? Overkeen. Dragons? I'm not overkeen. I'll dice them like a knife, slicing right through an aubergine. My dragon shout flow is sweeter than a soda stream. You won't believe your eyes. I'm like an overload of dopamine. A broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other. I'm the last of the Dragonborn. There's no other, my brother, so run for cover. If you've got scales, then I'm on your tail.